Two towers to feel me.
That went straight over my head, dog. I didn't even.
Welcome to yet another episode of the Nerdgasm podcast.
And I've made a comment on TikTok. We are sober, but I'm telling you, man.
And you can find me on Meister Geek Media. Hashtag Reach Us to Chala campaign.
Except Jack had to find someone from Africa. He's so plain.
Okay, I'm tebellokhala. Welcome to Nerdgasm.
Go.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Geek. It's where are the geeks?
Nerdgasm.
My teleprompter. It's winter. My teleprompter is frozen in the back. So welcome to an episode of the Nerdgasm podcast. We are busy defrosting our teleprompter. The cold front hit him in the face. Yeah, Iceman. So sorry. We are here to discuss the Peter Jackson's magnum opus, the literary love child of all people, of all modern fantasy, Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Fun fact, Tolkien never really wanted it to be 3 books.
He just wanted it to be just one gigantic book.
One big-ass book, but one of the people reviewing the books, he had a son. One of the editors for the publication companies had a son, and he gave him this book. And he wrote a very competent letter saying that the only downside is that please just cut it into 3 parts because this book gets too long. And that's exactly what they did, and that's why we have the Fellowship of the Ring, the Two Towers, and the Return of the King.
Oh, thank
God. But wait, not for that.
Shout out to that kid. Shout out to him.
It would have been one big ass movie.
Well, that kid still read the whole thing before he wrote the letter. So shout out to the kid.
But there was no TV. Remember, there was no distraction. There was no TV. There was no iPhone. There was no Android. There was no Netflix.
Wait, at this time there were cinemas though, because I have seen footage of Tolkien like smoking his pipe and
but remember cinema was
like
black and white, Chief. It was not as good as your imagination.
Besides that, cinema wasn't every day. They didn't go. It wasn't open Monday to Friday. It opened like Fridays, Saturdays. It was like a weekend thing.
Yes, you're right. But that was that's why like Walt Disney has so many awards. It's because whatever they were doing animation-wise, it was only at the time initially, it was only being flighted on theaters. So it's crazy. Thank God that the TV was invented, because wow.
No, I'm saying, dog, there was nothing at that time that was going to compete with a kid's imagination.
Yep.
Like you reading Tolkien and like, well, especially with how this I didn't expect how this movie opened. Two Towers. I didn't see that coming. I think Gandalf is my favorite character of this whole thing. I think it's him, and then it's Aragorn.
For me, it's Aragorn.
A side note that there's no Ditavasa anime today. I'm sorry. I didn't mention. I think I should have mentioned this to you guys off screen that the last 2 days I have been exhausted beyond natural comparison. I think what's been happening at a personal scale at home. I think when we got the news of what happened, a weight lifted off my shoulders, and I didn't realize just how much strain I had put on myself, and I just crashed. So even now, I had to go to the car wash and everything because my dad has to go to a funeral in Sasolburg, so I had to clean the car and everything. I got home, and there were like 30 minutes before. I think I got home at 6:30, and I was so tired that my mom told me just sleep, just take a nap. I'll wake you up at 7 o'clock. It's okay. So I took like a 30-minute power nap just so that I could get up and look presentable for you guys. So it's been hectic. So I couldn't do any type of anime.
Please comment. Please comment.
You crashed at 6 in the afternoon.
At 6 in the evening.
Half past 6.
Yo.
Half past 6.
Oh man.
I don't think people who watch our content understand how exhausted most of the time we actually are. Like, So if you see us being drowsy or irritable or we're on our phones or whatever, it's not because we don't. It's just that we are exhausted.
Some of us are even doing. Some of us are busy doing our work. You'll find me editing at the same time as doing this program. Okay, that's all. Oh, and now to use the Rasengan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, we're hustling. Like, if you wanted to stop, make us have 1 million subscribers. Like that's the only way.
Yeah, that's the only way. Honestly.
Subscribe so we can have a budget. We can have an editorial team. We can have people to report to. Weekly meetings.
I think
we can get a team that's specifically going to say, if you got a $20 bill, put your hands up.
Yeah, and we can finally get a new teleprompter because wow, this one.
Yeah. I see him. He's trying his best. We'll give it. Anyway, okay, so with that, we're gonna drive straight into the subject. Okay, the Two Towers. What I like about it, like Mr. BuckMeister mentions, it has a very nice cinematic opening. I don't know if they changed it in the extended version. I don't remember that much.
I'll tell you what I saw in the extended version. I saw that Gandalf was so petty and so pissed off at the Balrog that he was like, you know what? I know I'm dying, but I'm gonna stab you before we hit the ground.
That's how. It starts with this big cinematic view. You see mountains. You see this beautiful view. Where you find out is you're actually looking at Cathras, the actual mountain. Like Gandalf was on top of the mountain a few days ago, and they had to climb back down. You see that same mountain, but we're seeing it from different angles, and you're thinking, wow, such a cinematic universe. And you're busy listening to, who are these people speaking in the background? And then you just, you shall not pass. And my father has a nice way of saying, movie, it's like a Chinese, old Chinese movie. Even if it's an old Chinese movie, it starts with action. Someone dies, and then the movie continues.
Yeah.
No, but like he's not dying. Like Gandalf was like, you're gonna catch this sword. You're gonna catch this sword to the chest.
But that was a very cool. Like that's actually made me realize how gangster Gandalf is, because we think he's a wizard, so abracadabra, hat falls off. Cantina. This was Gandalf, bro. This was Gandalf. Wizard life. Wizard life. Because so the opening scene goes with the Balrog, and then the bridge breaks down, and the Balrog drags him down. Mm-hmm. So that's from the first movie. But in this now, we see that as he's falling, he sees his sword. So he does a Tom Cruise Mission Impossible dive towards the. That's all that needed.
For 2 minutes, Gandalf was part of like the MCU. He was like a Marvel superhero.
MCU, no, he was part of Mission Impossible. All that was needed, right? There was. He grabs onto the sword and then continues to fall, and then he like literally, because he dives, so he falls faster. Yeah. So he knows aerodynamics already. So I want to let him a scientist. He's a wizard, but he's also a scientist. So he goes up in there, and while this Balrog is trying to fall, he goes on to and he starts going at this dude. He's like, okay, you want to take me with you? Fine. Here I am, manje. Oza. Takes out his okapi koni. I'm shy. And I was just like, West Side, Gandalf is
like, that is so gangster. Like,
that is so gangster.
Like, because I just thought he was just gonna fall and then he was just gonna die, and then then they do what they do. But nah, bro was like, I'm going to stab this thing before we hit the ground.
Like there's actually two questions that I asked myself when I saw that scene. One is, how long did it take those animators to actually animate that sequence? And two, was this actually shot when he was still doing Fellowship of the Ring, or was this shot when they were doing Two Towers? Because I do know that he shot these movies back to back, but I just wanted to...
Okay, let me tell you what happened. This is the genius of Peter Jackson, right? He shot all 3 movies at once.
Yes.
The whole thing.
I know.
They just cut it into different bits and pieces. The whole thing was shot from beginning to end.
So basically just like how Tolkien wrote the books and then they had to chop them up. He did
That's
the
what he
same thing,
did.
but for
He
film.
Peter
did the
Jackson
same
was
thing.
a
Like,
fan.
it worked for
Yo,
the book. It will work for the movie. That's what he just told
Yeah,
himself.
no, it took him
And
8 years just to do like proper research and prepare this thing before he even shot it. So
So that it
and
shows you it was well planned out.
yeah,
So that's probably
you
because I
see,
think they
take
shot for like
notes.
6 months
It
or eight
works
months,
when you
something
use the
crazy like
source
that.
material.
mm,
See, when you respect the
yeah,
source material, you get a nice long-standing trilogy. Disney.
You see, MCU.
say again louder. I think Amazon didn't hear you. Say it again louder.
yeah. I mean, now I'm hearing rumors that they're planning on getting like over 60 characters in the new Avengers. Like over 60 characters.
You
Recast
can't even
T'Challa.
you can't even do anything with the ones you have, but you want more.
Recast it.
Good luck to them. Honest to God, like good luck to them. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I don't know. They're gonna these poor
T'Challa.
that 60-man cast is gonna end like 2 cents in residuals. But you know what? We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Nah,
Sorry,
that
guys. Just one more. Sorry, I just have something. Recast T'Challa. Sorry.
Oh, this cold front.
Actually,
This
they
cold
shouldn't be
front is
laughing,
doing
man.
things to
yeah,
us.
this cold front day, man.
Actors deserve more money. But
But yeah,
anyways,
anyway, getting back to this, yeah, no, I was like, cause no, I just thought he was the old wizard dude that does magic. Like I saw him using the sword in Fellowship of the Ring and everything, and that always confused me about Gandalf because I thought he was like the mage character that can throw fireballs from like a staff or
Oh no, he
something.
got hands.
This is
He
Gandalf.
got hands. He got hands for days. Let me tell you.
yeah.
Gandalf
Another
dances to
fun
not
fact.
to they're not like us. Saruman,
Yeah,
they not like us. Sauron, they not like us.
I wanted to say both Gandalf and Balrog are the same class of angel.
Oh,
They're both Maya.
Mhm.
So they're like basically comrades. It's basically think of a prop and the lock in the same rugby team, just different teams. So they may
Yeah.
look different, but they're in the same squad. And then secondly, that sword Gandalf has, I think it's called Glamdring. That sword has killed Balrogs before. Back in the First Age, it's a very powerful weapon. People don't know much about it because it's just a sword. But
Right.
that sword knows how to do its job. Every single instance you see these weapons at work, these characters, you just see this person coded so much lore behind it. It doesn't just make sense. It doesn't make it to a point where coincidence no longer seems like a coincidence. The fact that Gandalf had that sword at that particular time to fight against an entire Balrog,
Mm.
seems like he was the one person most equipped to take on a Balrog at that point in time. Whether he wanted to or not, it was a 1v1 fight. And when he surrendered to that fact, it was on like Donkey Kong. Boy, was he laying on those hands.
hey, bruh. I
He
don't
threw
even think the
hands, man.
Balrog even. I think like Gandalf just died from exhaustion. Like I don't even think the Balrog actually got him.
Yeah, no.
I mean, there's this moment where the Balrog smacks him off. It crashes on some rocks. It turns around. Gandalf
Yeah.
grabs it by the horn and then lands on his
That's why
neck.
that's why I'm saying I don't know how long it took the animators to do that because
No,
that
Gandalf for 2 seconds he was in an anime. That's an anime move. Like whenever
That's an
they're
anime
fighting
move.
the boss or whatever, and and the
And
power
this
of
fight
friendship is glaring in the background. Yeah, Gandalf
and
was.
this fight is basically happening in a stage transition because it's still falling. Usually this is what's the name? God of War. This is God of War stuff. Press X. Square.
that's how you properly do 5 minutes of Namek. Okay, toy animation. That's how you do 5 minutes
So
of Namek.
I'm dead. Tebello is like saying like, what's this? Gandalf got his Kratos on. He's like, do. You shall not see the end of this day.
I know he was
So
straight thugging on the. I mean, he's literally on the Balrog, and he's compared to the Balrog, he's a pebble. So you can imagine this small thing on this Balrog, and he's got his sword, and he's just going at it like. Pah.
It looked like the Balrog regretted its decisions, honestly. Like, there's a
Oh
couple
no,
of
it
shots where the
did.
Balrog is like, "Ace, was
Oh
this the
no,
right
it
thing to
did.
do? I probably should have left this bra alone."
Oh, it did.
I should
Because he
have
was
just
like,
turned
man, I
back.
could have been falling in peace right now.
I could have been sleeping in the mountain, minding my own business. I just had to come check out why all these goblins are making such a goddamn noise in my goddamn mountain. Now look at me. I'm falling into my. I'm falling into.
Just when they told him that she must not pass, he should have just said, "I just went home."
Like, yeah, because
Who's
when
that?
he's telling him the fires of Numenor and I don't know the speech that he gave in the last movie. Yeah,
The flame of Arno.
Yeah, the flame of Arno. Like
Arno.
already, like the Balrog was already looking like I should probably back up here, but
No,
I
the
ain't no
Balrog
bitch.
should have read. You lost 2 wars, you flames of Udin. You saw your dark master get thrown into the void. When someone says, I've got the flame of Arno on my side, I was like, you know what? I've lost 2 wars already. I know where
I'm
this is
out.
going.
I'm out.
I'm out. See you guys. See you in the end of the world. Bye. Yeah, tell the guys back home I missed them.
Just
Whatever.
because you made of smoke, just because you made of smoke, you wanted the smoke, and then here comes Gandalf.
Shame. Gandalf was showing it. He was showing that you aren't bluffing with
Showing
those
him
flame of
flames.
army. He was,
How you show a flame monster flames? How you show a flame
yeah.
monster flames, guys? How?
Guys, we still have like 3
Show him
hours
who's
of this
the
thing
real
to do.
G.
Let's
It's Gandalf.
I
the
hate the
real
way
G.
that you smoke. That's basically kind of. I hate the way that you smoke. I hate the way that you flame. I hate the way that you whip. I hate the way that you walk.
Yeah, no, hey,
I think the only way
I
the
think we
only
have to
way
Kai
that
out
scene
of
could have
this.
been better is as Gandalf is going down, he would have been like,
Yeah.
"You mind, Balrog, Gandalf for life."
Kai.
That's it.
Extrodin
Okay,
is right. We
Okay.
got
so
so
yeah,
much
So
movie.
the moment he crashes into the water, Frodo wakes up, and we get that nice segue to see that Frodo. It tells us that Frodo is still thinking about his friends, still worried about Gandalf, and then it also shows that Sam is still there, watching over his friend.
the realest,
I'm going
the
to.
realest G right there.
Yo, Samwise, he earned that name for real. Yo.
Like by the end of the movie, you will understand when I say that Samwise is the bravest dude in this whole fellowship.
Now, this movie, I saw people in the cinema legit crying in this movie because of Sam. Tears.
Like Sam for me to the whole movie. I think him and Frodo, because Frodo, remember, he took on a task that was too heavy for the main character. I mean, he is the
For
main character, but
anybody.
for the most
For
powerful
anybody.
characters.
Yeah.
And then Sam also, but Frodo had a little bit of adventure. He was a little curious. He wanted to go outside, but not really. But he didn't mind going.
No, I think the thing is that's like the thing with Bilbo, right? Bilbo is such a fantastic storyteller that everybody's probably thinking, yeah, praise is dope out there. Like, okay, you meet a goblin. He didn't tell you that you're going to meet freaking Nazgul
might
and
die.
dragons and
No. Here's the big difference between Bilbo's story and Frodo's. Bilbo's story was he didn't want to, but the adventure was fraught with dangers and everything like that, spiders and dragons and everything in between. But he came home a rich man. There was treasure in the end. There was something of monetary value that showed, wow, this man leveled up. Frodo, what's your mission? Save the world. And what do I get from it? You get to exist in this world. What else do you want?
And you lose something. I don't want to spoil it. We'll talk about it in the next one. Like you actually lose a piece of something.
This guy.
That's the next movie, which I'm excited to talk about because I need explanations. And I tried to find stuff online, but I was not winning.
I'll try to explain the third movie next time because there's a lot of explanation, and then you also need to understand the psyche of Tolkien that leads to what led certain themes to happen and whatnot. We'll get there. We also get introduced to our third favorite character, third least favorite character. That's Gollum.
It burns, Master. It burns.
Gollum is the original opportunist. Like, oh wait, there are 9 guys, super powerful elf. a wizard. Let me just keep my step back. Oh, there are just two of them now.
But this fat one is a problem. Ish. But we'll see.
The way I
It's
like,
like-
the fact when I first watched this movie, I was like, oh wow, what do you mean they're not alone? What's going on? When I heard the filthy little thieves, I was like, oh shit, what are they gonna do against this person now? Oh no. Little did I know that they knew he was coming.
And like, yeah, and like Gollum he was a hobbit, right?
Yeah.
Because he feels like
So,
he's bigger than the hobbit, but not like
Mm-mm. But he's actually probably
Like-
smaller because remember he's lost weight and he's lost
And he's
food.
oh,
crawling.
true.
Yeah, so
He
he's
crawls
probably
all the
smaller.
time.
And he
but I
crawls all
think
the
you can
He
see
time.
only has-
by the size of his feet that he used to be like a hobbit or something.
Mm.
Because those feet, yo.
Imagine
He's-
being my height, ka size 14.
Yeah, but
You know-
I'm just gonna say, hey, bro, he's the original poster child for don't do drugs because yo,
Don't do drugs.
And the
Because
You
he
see what-
was
just-
he wanted to
just-
hit at that
Brad's in
crack
a
every
loincloth.
time.
Brad's in a loincloth. He doesn't even eat like food. He doesn't even cook his food, dog. Like he finds
Mm-mm.
cooked food disgusting, and I'm like,
Exactly.
what did that ring?
Or he doesn't feel the cold. It's at night time, wearing a loincloth. He's laying
No,
hands on Sam.
his skin is armor now. Like, yo.
Did you see how well how much he laid a smackdown on Sam at that point? Because you see this, yeah, right. This is what happens with drugs. You have agility, you have no right having. You have strength you really shouldn't have because you want to get your fix. That guy was jumping off Sam onto the wall, back on Frodo. You could just see now he's going for that ring.
Dude was looking like a hardy boy up in there, dog, jumping off the wall like.
When Sam was going for a suplex, because that was a suplex, when he lifted him like that, like he's going for a suplex. Wait for it. He turns
the
around
top
and
rope.
bites the guy in the neck.
I know. Gollum was tough, but also that's it's also how he survived. Remember, how long he's had this ring, and he
100 years,
survived
yeah.
with it. He survived with this ring, and he's had to keep it away from people and all that stuff. So he's very, and also the one thing as the movie goes along, you noticed how smart he actually is. Yeah, how smart he is because he realized from the get-go, okay, Sam is the problem. So I need to make a plan to make Sam go. I can see that Frodo, yeah, I can play Frodo this way. I can be this little meek thing and
It's-
everything.
It's
And then
no, it's also there's
It's adapting.
there's a twofold issue. Gollum is mad. There are two people in one.
Yeah, that's Smeagol and there's Gollum.
no,
There's
as
Smeagol
as
and
mad
there's
as he
Gollum.
is, don't let the madness fool
Yeah.
you from the genius.
No, that's
And that's what I wanted to.
because I think Rob mentioned it. He was like, Smeagol is manipulative also. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
that it's just
Smeagol
Gollum
is-
alone. Like Smeagol, he'll use his innocence to his advantage.
Mm.
So what he did is he would play Sam against, and I think initially and this is like a
But
brilliant
this
piece
is
of
third
writing.
movie stuff.
That's the third. The one that you're talking about is the
That's
third.
third
movie.
No,
movie
he
stuff.
does it in this.
No,
I'm
he's-
not saying,
it starts here.
It starts here. Because remember, Samwise already does not trust Gollum at all. He's like,
Exactly.
no. But I think in this movie, what Smeagol does is that he plays to the connection between him and Frodo via the ring to
Yeah.
try and edge Sam out. Because I think he's trying to befriend, like this is the nicest he's being, but he's still playing people against each other.
Because
Like, he's
but,
still-
but
But
that's,
at the
and
same
that's
time,
why I'm
at
saying
this time it was
how
still
smart
early.
he is because he realized that Sam is the one who's gonna get in my way, but Frodo is the weakling one. I can get to the ring through
Well,
Frodo. So what I'm gonna do, I'm
here's
gonna
what I-
manipulate Frodo, and then I'm gonna turn him
wanna say
against,
something about-
and then I'm gonna turn
Okay.
Sam against him, so that I can get to the ring. And that's where I say, don't let the madness fool you to the genius. yes, he's insane. Yes, he's crazy. But in his craziness, he adapted quickly because he came straight for the ring. And then when he saw he couldn't get it, he started acting all meek and stuff. So that means he's smart and he's adaptable and a manipulator. So that's a very dangerous combo.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Trifecta.
I think he just realized though that it was gonna take a bit more time for him to actually break Frodo, because at the time, even though he was trying these things, Frodo was still like, nah, nigga, like, you know what? Because he could tell that his bond with Sam was still strong at the time, because they just came out of whatever they came out of, and then it was just the two of them, and then you come and you think you can break them. No ways. This guy has been Frodo's gardener for years. So it's like
Gardner, he's been the homie.
I mean, that's how they explain him, right? Like, you know, I'm his gardener or whatever. But what I'm
No,
just
but
trying
I'm
to
just
say
saying, like,
is,
up until this point, they had gone through the fellowship. Like, there was nothing Gollum
yeah,
was
yeah,
going to do at
no,
that
no,
point to break that bond.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, basically. Like, even before the fellowship, he's been knowing this guy. So,
Mm.
Smeagol is trying to break it, but slowly, not just because he tried it,
I
he saw
wouldn't
that
say
it
he
was
was
not
trying to
working.
break it. What I interpret it as is that, like, Smeagol is lonely. Like, he's miserable. Like, he hasn't had anybody that understands what he's gone through via this ring. Smeagol in particular, not Gollum, because Gollum, it's a split
Don't give go
personality.
don't he got zero F's.
Yeah, Gollum don't
Okay.
care. Okay, no, you go to them.
I just wanted to highlight at this point in time, not to sound like a Smeagol apologist, but at this time, Smeagol genuinely wanted to help.
Yeah,
The
that's what I'm
plotting
saying.
happened, the scheming and plotting happened at the end of this movie when he relapses hard. But at this point,
Yeah.
his name was just, everybody just knew him as Gollum. He didn't know his own name. When he learned his name, that's when you start seeing the character Smeagol says, okay, this is me. I have a name. And it connects to his origins, where he was. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. And they even do make reference to that even in the box. There's a scene where Smeagol comes back, even for a smidget of a moment. I think Sam was watching him sleep. Or rather, Sam was watching Smeagol talk to himself while pretending to be asleep. And for a brief moment, he didn't seem like Gollum anymore. He looked like a very tired, very sad, lonely hobbit. They do mention that in the box, and but before the relapse. But at the same time, so then we also have the pity that Frodo felt for Smeagol, for Gollum, was genuine. We mustn't forget that
We know.
Smeagol is a pitiful creature. All his malice, all his evil came from the ring. And when you see it from that context, and that's what Frodo saw, because he sees this thing that is wearing, and he sees the result that is caused, that all he cares about is the ring. And and Frodo is begging to find a way to bring him back, because he needs to believe he can come back, because he sees himself falling at this point at the same time.
And he even says that to Sam when Sam like questions him, like, dude, why are we taking this dude? And why are you putting so much effort into him?
Because he needs to see if there's a way he can save his soul, because he also sees himself as damned, and because of this ring. And the moment, to show his manipulation levels, like you mentioned, just to smidge it, the moment he detected a hint of pity from Frodo, suddenly, we'll be nice to them if they'd be nice to us. Take it off us. We swear to do what you want. We swear.
We swear.
No, but the other thing is, you can still see that in this moment, he's still trying to play Frodo against Sam.
Yeah.
He wants Sam out of the picture. Like, he wants to help Frodo genuinely, but he also can see Sam is going to be an obstacle, regardless of if he wants the ring or not.
At this point in time, they had no choice. They were stuck in the forgot the name of those mountain pass. They were going around in circles. The only person who knows how to get them out is Smeagol.
But you see, that's That's how the good writing comes in, because you
Hmm.
needed a Smeagol there, because how the hell were they going to get where they're going?
Yeah, they
Because
couldn't
Frodo
figure it out.
clearly had no idea where he was going. You know.
None of
So
them
did
are
Sam. They were going
hunters.
around in
None of them
circles.
are trackers. So it's not like they can say like, "Oh, I see a path here. I see something
They're
there."
both from the Shire, so
Yeah, they have
Yeah,
no.
I mean,
They have no.
Aragorn would have figured it out. They
Yeah, they have no
couldn't.
survival
Aragorn
skills.
has,
Yeah, that's the word I was
Aragorn
looking
has
for.
passed through it before, so it's like, yeah, no.
which is
So when he,
which is my biggest gripe about this whole thing of them saying no, let them go by themselves. Like it's like, I do understand that you need to split the fellowship, Tolkien, as a writer, but nah, fam, this
No,
still didn't make
remember the
sense.
thing is,
Yeah,
no,
I think the thing is at that point they didn't know how strong Aragorn's resistance was to the ring.
yeah, at the same time, he would have fallen. It was very clear. He could have resisted, but at any point in time, he would have fallen too. The thing about them, Aragorn and everyone letting Frodo go was an act of faith. Faith doesn't need to make sense. In fact, it seldom
Oh,
does.
even with the faith, the whole reason you
Yeah,
guys had the fellowship in the first place was to guide Frodo there. That's
yeah.
the whole
exactly.
Yeah, but I'm
point.
saying after Boromir, it's like anybody can. It's like
This ring
after
can get
Boromir, it was
anyone.
like, hey, this ring can get anyone.
No,
And
I
like
get that. I get what you guys are
Hmm.
saying. I get the logic,
I see
but
what
for
you're
me, it
saying, but
still
I'm saying I see
doesn't.
what you're saying, but I think the thing is, this is where I'm saying that the writing is solid, is because Tolkien had also set up that everybody is susceptible to this thing. So
Yeah, everybody said,
even if Aragorn went with the purest of intentions, and also the closer they get to Mordor, the stronger the hold of the ring gets on people. What Aragorn like this. And now this is Aragorn, same
No,
guy
no,
who's been
I
soloing
understand.
Nazgul. Yeah, I'm saying the same guy who's been soloing Nazgul. Like he's 4v1ing these unkillable demons and winning.
I understand, but they went there knowing this. They joined the fellowship
they
knowing
did.
this.
They
Yeah, I
did.
don't think
And that's
I
why,
don't think
No,
they knew about.
it's a
No,
case of
remember,
knowing and knowing.
but I'm saying like
No,
also the fellowship.
gonna give man Diman Sean B. What's his character again? They saw what he
Boromir.
could do.
Yeah, that's what I'm
yes.
saying. Like
Yeah,
they knew it ka ho bua, and then when they saw what happened to Boromir, they knew it ka ho bona.
yeah, but they still
So
went.
the levels of no, I'm saying for them
No,
to
so I'm
leave
saying there's two
Frodo alone.
instances because there's two instances. Remember, there's the first time Boromir holds the ring, and you can see that he's getting entranced by it, and that's when
No, no,
Aragorn is
that's
ready
okay.
to life him out.
It's three times then, because I'm talking about before they became the fellowship at the meeting. That's what I'm talking
Yes.
about.
Oh
I'm
yeah, but
saying
no,
they saw that before they formed the fellowship. That's what
yeah,
I'm
I get
saying.
that. I get that. But remember now, it's out of desperation. This is not like if you look at it, they're cobbled together. It's not like something that was planned out because Legolas joins because of Aragorn,
Mm.
and Gimli joins because of Aragorn. It's not that they went there to create the fellowship. And they
No, I
Mm.
create the
get that.
fellowship because of Elrond saying that this thing needs to go. It cannot stay here.
I
And
understand.
then, yeah, so I'm saying there was no plan. So even if they saw what the effect of the ring has, they didn't actually have a solid
There was
plan
no
to
plan
get this
B.
thing to Mordor. It was
Mm.
just get get this little dude, get Frodo to Mordor. That's the plan. How that happens, nobody knows. Nobody really
Guys,
knows.
I do get what you guys are saying, and don't get me wrong. I get the rationale. But after Gandalf dies, for me,
Yes.
it's still okay. I don't know. Maybe am I making a good point? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
after Gandalf dies, you needed someone to help these two guys. That's how, and I'm talking about guiding them to the path, no matter the consequences that would have arose in the process. Because
I
also, you
And,
know that the
and,
guys
and
also who are wearing the rings, I
But
forgot
don't they?
who they call them. Can I give on those guys? The guys who are also wearing the
the
rings.
the
Nazgul.
Nazgul.
Yeah.
Let us go also were still in, somewhere.
No, they didn't know. They didn't know that point. All they just knew is they got drowned in a river. They didn't know that they were back, or they were leveled up. They didn't have that intel yet.
Wait,
That's the
Aragorn
good.
didn't know that these things don't die?
He knows that they can get driven back. He doesn't know that they can be driven back. Be pulled on a gigantic black flying beast. They can go. They can go all over the place. They
All
didn't
I'm
know that
saying,
part.
all we're saying, Mr. Extrodin, is that if Aragorn like fell to the ring the same way what's Isildur, I think his ancestor, right?
Yeah,
Both
that'll be
both Samwise and Frodo don't have a way to counter him.
No, that's what
Like
I'm saying.
he would be
I do
the
get
like
that.
I'm saying
I
at
do get that
Mordor.
rationale. I do
I'm
get
saying
that
at Mordor,
rationale.
Aragorn would have been the biggest threat to them, out even more than the goblins and all of these things,
Yes.
especially with how
Look,
badass he is.
also, it doesn't necessarily have to be Aragorn. All I'm saying is the fact that nobody, I'm not specifying Aragorn. And even if it was Aragorn, all I'm saying is it's still, for me, even with all that you guys have said, for me
yeah.
personally, it's still that, for me, it's still a bit of a loophole for me in the writing. Unfortunately, that's how I
No,
perceive it.
it may be a loophole, but the loophole was filled immediately by Gollum.
Yeah,
I think,
that's because remember, that's how I
yeah,
started. I said that's good writing from Tolkien.
yeah.
For me, it's
It
kind of
was
like
filled
it's a bit
immediately.
convenient, but I do get it. I do get it
It
because it
was
was
filled
already mentioned
immediately
from the
by
beginning.
Gollum.
Yeah.
At the same time, it was also foreshadowed by Gandalf, because Gandalf said, "I feel that Gollum may have a part to play before all this is over, for good or ill."
Yes.
Spoiler alert, it was both.
Yeah.
So we do see that, but them leaving Frodo to go alone was a very important thing for those characters to do. One, Sam and Tina, not Sam, Merry and Pippin were captured by the Uruk-hai, and they were going straight to Isengard.
Oh no.
So
Trust me, I thought about
yeah,
this thing for days. It's not a but I
yeah,
do get what you're saying, and I
that's
do get where you're going. Please continue. Please continue.
Yeah, I think this is one of
so
those.
that's what
Even you can present
we
him with
got
charts and Tolkien's notes on why he'll still find a problem
yeah.
with it.
No, and
No,
it
No,
happens.
I get you
Yeah,
understand
it
it,
happens
but
in
you
every book.
still.
It happens in every movie. No matter how
yeah,
watertight, there'll always be
hmm,
a nitpick thing, and this
yeah.
is mine, unfortunately.
Okay,
I
okay,
feel like the
so
big okay, but
how
we can
you would
keep
have
going
filled it
about
with
this
having one of the
for
fellowship go there, but then how would they have resisted the ring?
It's not about resisting the ring
But
anymore, in my
but the
opinion.
reason they
Like
left them is
the
because they
logic,
couldn't they were
the
afraid of resisting the
the
ring.
logic for me is have them go with someone else, even if that person probably departs after Gollum is introduced. But what I'm saying is have someone initially go with them there,
But then why would
because
Gollum be introduced if they're going with
logic
someone?
logic would dictate that these guys are from the Shire. They have no idea where they're going, right? Like,
Yeah,
let's be honest. Like, let's
that's
say
logic. Yeah,
if it's the four of us
I
here.
love your implying logic,
Wait.
and I was saying that
If it's the four of us, right now,
yeah,
and only Zuko knows Sunnyside. I'm just giving an example.
yeah,
And Zuko says, yeah, guys, and in as much as we need to take this Dragon Raider to Sunnyside, and I know I'm gonna be tempted by using this Dragon Raider, I'm gonna leave y'all to just go by yourselves and go there. For me, it wouldn't make sense. Personally, it wouldn't
but
make
that's
sense.
exactly what
but like the
Galadriel
difference
told
is that
Gandalf to
I'm
do.
saying the
Let me
difference
let
is
me
that there's
I feel
three
like
explain.
of
this
us.
is gonna go on forever.
Okay,
Yeah,
let me make
okay.
my point quick.
Last points on this. Last points
Let me
on
make my
this.
point. Let me make my point. The three of us could still take Zuko if Zuko was tempted. Frodo and Samwise cannot take anybody else from all of these trained warriors if they had to fight them off to protect the ring. He barely got away from Boromir. Barely. So they need somebody who has low ambition and fighting power to go and guide them. And the best case scenario was Gollum. Like the thing is, that thing, it makes people kill people, even if they're friends, family, lovers, whatever. The ring makes you kill people close to you.
I don't think they would have chosen to go on this journey in the first place if they were not even conscious of the stakes that
No,
may have
they were
risen.
conscious, but remember,
The fact that they
even
are aware that
Gandalf.
there are dragons in this whole
Okay,
thing.
okay. Calm down, calm down.
Ah, stop.
Tebello, finish your point.
I just think the
I
writing
want to
was
answer
fine.
this. I- No, there's the reason why it's supposed to be a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice for Frodo to go at it alone. It's not supposed to make sense. That's where the line we see an underlying commentary. There are other forces at work here other than the will of evil. What do you choose to do now? Rather than Frodo chose to sacrifice himself for the greater good. by heading out to this thing by himself, because the task was appointed to him. It wasn't appointed to anyone else. It's comfortable to think, oh wait, these people are here as a support base, but that's not the calling.
I hear you. I still don't
Yeah,
agree, but I hear you.
That's
like what you're saying. It's a very good point.
You're not supposed to agree.
It's a solid
you're
point.
not supposed
by the
to
way.
agree.
I'm thinking to the people who are watching this right now. What they would have said.
Yeah.
It's actually what happens in the movie. Like what you just said right now. It's a solid point, but for me, I still don't agree with it.
Okay, cool. Let's move on.
You are basically what Sam is.
The ring is.
The only difference is that it wouldn't have made sense because I have no idea where we're going. I would have gone with him. Hear me out. I would have gone with him.
There's a line that Sam says that you are basically embodying right now.
All right.
By rights, we shouldn't even be here.
Yes. But like I said,
Frodo and Sam are the least qualified
Frodo
characters.
and Sam shouldn't have, these guys, they don't even have Boy Scout badges, guys. To begin with, they're not supposed to be there. To begin with, they're not supposed to be there. And that's the reason why they remember, the reason they're there is because they're not supposed to be there. They don't have the power needed to be there. But anyway, guys, we are diverting. We are literally.
I just want to say this. I just want to say this. This is why live chats would be so great, because I promise you that the live chats would have gone insane right now.
Like they would have gone come for your neck, Mr.
Extrodin. And anyway. I was gonna wait for it. I was gonna be so.
I was gonna hit you with that column off the wall slam, bro. Like it went.
But I'm gonna tell you now, this ring is swag, guys. Like I like if you're not what's his face, if you're not the eye Sauron, there we go. I don't know why I was blanking. If you're not Sauron, this ring is useless.
Oh no! Here's the thing. You need to know how to manage the ring of power. So if it fell into the hands of people who are capable of managing the power of the ring, such as Saruman, Gandalf, Elrond, Galadriel, Celeborn, and Círdan the Shipwright, if it fell on those people's hands, the world was screwed, because they know how to tap into the full power of the ring. The thing about this ring is, firstly, like Gollum says it a lot in the box, the ring is tricksy. And it's a liar, because it's promising you things that it never intends of fulfilling.
It gives you the possibilities of what you could do with it.
Yeah.
No heart, no earth, no wind, no water. You know, with our forces combined.
If I was Frodo, I would have given it to Galadriel. That woman is too pretty, dog. Yeah, sure, you can have it. Like, I'm sorry.
And you saw what happened when she tried to give it. Like,
after she did that freaking jump scare. I've never seen a jump scare where they didn't jump. Like everything is normal, and all of a sudden I'll be the most beautiful heaven.
I'm like, oh nah, it's all yours.
And
but
anyway.
So we cut to Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli chasing after Merry and Pippin.
Yeah.
Also, one of the things I loved about
in the theatrical release, it cuts to first we see the orcs carrying carrying Sam and Merry and Pippin, and this movie is Peregrine's Took redemption arc. I will not share any more slander about Peregrine Took after this movie. Do you hear me? All you guys are saying he's useless, he's a fool of a Took. He saved the world, and you're gonna learn about it now. I'm gonna teach you.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. Because that's at the end. That's at the end. But we'll get there.
I'm actually excited to see this.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know where. Okay.
Yeah. So
where he becomes Nami all of a sudden.
So okay, well, in the movies, in the extended version, they have a whole extended scene about being fed medicine and meeting the other orcs from Mordor and blah 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 blah. In the movies, you just see them running, and then suddenly, what do you smell? Man flesh. They picked up our trail, and then Mary's like, Aragorn, let's go! And then they run, and then he pulls up one of
How
them.
badass are you? How badass are you that you scare an entire army, guys? like,
Dude,
What?
there's like 3 of you.
My father always laughs like, how bad does that man smell for the guys to be able to smell them from that far away?
Hey, remember they used to
Like,
wash
what?
once a week, guys. This is the time where you used to like bathing was actually healthier for you because the dirt kept away the diseases.
Okay, whatever. But anyway, so there's and then you just see Aragorn doing his Lone Ranger trekking thing, like
And with Legolas with the long range eyes also.
like they must have the pace is quickened. They must have picked up our scent. And
I
then he
love,
goes,
I love how Gimli was like, we're dangerous at short distances because
dwarves
these
are
guys
natural
are just.
sprinters.
I was
Yeah, those are natural
and that's
sprinters.
one thing. What I like about Gimli represents me every time I'm at the gym. We'll get to that line. That's me at the gym all the time without fail. Anyway,
So
and then he goes
just
in
a
like
quick
3 days in night pursuit with no food, no rest, no sound of our quarry, but what Barrow can tell. And then cue the theme music of Lord of the Fellowship. Nah, nah, nah.
Just as a quick a cinematography nerd,
Yeah.
the shots that they used here was so epic. Like these are those epic shots, and you just like these are sometimes the shots they don't make sense. These ones made sense, but they don't make sense in the movies. But they were so beautiful, you just had to shoot it and put it in there.
Yeah.
But here they made the landscape was breathtaking. The range of the shots, the setting up of the shots, how they showed them moving, the pacing, how they kept the Uruguay in the picture but out of the picture as well. And like you knew they were there, and so how they edited that,
You know, things to
Top
send
notch.
to Bob Iger about short selections of wide landscapes and views to show a land of fantasy.
yo, like it was
And
so brilliant. Like
How long is your list, by the way?
oh,
Tebello?
also it made
Oh
me
God, it's about a kilometer long right now.
it makes you because the way they shot it and thingy, you weren't sitting back and looking at them running. You actually would want to sit up, and
Yeah.
it kind of engaged you. It
It's-
engaged you. You were like, yo,
quick question, gents. Is Aragorn faster than Legolas?
No, they're about the same pace. Why?
Like on foot?
Yeah,
Because it looked
that-
like he was outpacing Legolas like the
No, no.
entire time.
wasn't Legolas at the front most of the time? If I remember.
Legolas.
I remember.
Look, the Aragorn
But
was the
Legolas is a pretty
tracker.
boy.
Aragorn was the tracker, so they're counting on him. It's like, where do you go? Okay, which direction? Where are you going? So they can't leave. You can't leave the GPS behind you.
Oh.
Yeah, the
Oh.
GPS has to lead.
So the GPS
Oh.
has to lead. And then when they got to Rohan, that's when it's like, we're in Rohan. And then they play the theme. It's like, some evil has taken hold of this place. It gives strength to our enemy or something like that. Then you see Legolas ahead. Legolas, what do your eyes see? The Uruks turn northeast. They are taking the hobbits to Isengard. Cue the song.
Sure, but guys, I feel like we skipped, eh?
What did we skip?
We skip.
What did you skip?
Oh Lord, now I'm syncing with Zuko. Damn it.
At long
Like,
time.
okay, Carl Urban. Let's talk about Carl Urban. What was his
That's
character
gonna
again?
happen after this.
That
No,
happens
but-
after.
No,
That
you guys are
happens
talking
after-
about, but you guys are talking about Rohan already.
Yes,
No,
they are
remember,
right.
they get to the land of Rohan, but they don't get to the kingdom of Rohan.
Okay.
They got to the land of Rohan.
Yeah.
Uruks turn northeast, and then Aragorn says in the background, Saruman, and then it cuts to Saruman with his magic hourglass. Like, the world has changed, and he Christopher Lee gives his badass evil villain speech. It's one of the best ones ever because that epic monologue. Who now has the power to rise up against the forces of Mordor and Isengard?
I wonder just how much Christopher Lee actually made this year, or rather these few years, like from 2002 until 2006, because he was also doing Star Wars.
Oh, no, he made
So-
bank.
He made a lot of money.
He must have made enough for his great grandkids to live. on.
Saruman was like a DJ in the booth, though.
He was
Like he was
busy. He was spitting bars.
destruction.
Yeah, he was. I mean, it was like, okay, wait, the world has changed. Who now has the power to come against the armies of Mordor and of Isengard and Mordor? to stand up against the might of Sauron and Saruman in the union of the two towers. And you just see this epic view of Mordor, the armies marching out, you just see the great eye glaring there.
They stood
If you
no
are
chance.
Uruk-hai, put your hands up. If you are
Like,
Uruk-hai, put your
Two
hands
forces.
up.
Two forces against you guys stood no chance. You had no chance.
And then he's busy, like it will start with Rohan. Too long have these peasants stood against you, but no more. And then we cut to what I like about this epic dialogue here is that we see the impact of war on ordinary people. We get caught in the big glamour of battle and the forces of good and the forces of evil, and they shall have the epic showdown. We don't see that there's a mom has to send her little baby boy on a horse that's too big for him and his sister to go send warning to Edoras that the Westfolders, the men from the west, the wild men of the west are coming.
Yeah,
and she's like, she needs to. It's either she lets the kids die here, or she gives them the fastest horse she gets so that they have a chance to escape. You don't get to see that how ugly war is, and we needed that scene to see like, wow, this is bad. We never get to see that. Before that, we've got Lord of the Rings, we've got Star Wars, the Rebel Alliance, the Empire. We don't see everyday citizens living and groaning under the foot of the Empire per se. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
This is when you need to know that you're not a main character. You must just stay away from every knife, sword, because you're not gonna make it.
And the way she encourages the baby girl, like, baby, I will find you there, but no, you must quickly go. And
knowing probably she's got about a 1% chance of keeping that promise.
No. And that's the things we never get highlighted in these type of movies. The sacrifice
it feels very anime.
Yeah. And unlike, like you said, you're not the main storyline. Sometimes these stories do have a bad ending. You find the village burnt down. Your mom got stabbed, impaled, and decapitated.
Yeah, like I said, anime. That's a very anime origin.
That's a very Vinland Saga.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, if that kid was the main character, that was proper origin story right there.
And then when you see that village burn down and he's watching that village on that big ass horse and he's watching his home burn down, and then you hear Saruman in the background, Rohan, my lord, is ready to fall. And then that's when it comes to him galloping to Edoras with Prince Theodred, and he is badly injured. And I like. They don't have to show the injury, like, oh my God, his spleen is hanging out. All the Erwin did was just like open the blanket, looked at Erwin, Erwin looked at him, and that's it. Everyone in the cinema knew. Shame. There's no happy ending here.
This is when we get introduced to Carl Urban.
Yeah.
And they're going through the bodies of the guys who got ambushed by the orcs.
Yes, so he brings the prince back, and then they go to the king like, your son is badly injured, my lord, and you just see Theoden is this. Wow!
Hey, Kiselo. I think that's the best description. Kiselo.
That guy looked like dust in fit. It was dust in the face. Like it looked like you could just blow on him and he'd disappear.
And then there's this man called Grima. You see, now that's my nitpick. You know, everyone else is.
Yeah, Grima is a big one. Grima is a big one. That one, that's a plot hole to me.
How would you hire a man named Grima Wormtongue?
No, but
like
also,
I know we're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but that book deserved to be judged.
It's kind of like when you're reading Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. These names are like, okay, like Dal, you just make this on the spot. George and Georgina, and come on, you know what I'm saying? So
for me, names is one thing, because I mean the military at one point worked with the Decepticons, and it was like, bro, their name is Decepticons, like they're going to defeat.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my nitpick. Like, wow, in a hallway, people are called Theodred, Hama, son of Haleth, all these people, and then you see this man named Grima Wormtongue, and you said, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm gonna hire him as my advisor.
If you were to think about it, though, there are people called Tieti, and Tieti means danger, and they're good people. So you never know.
People call
No,
Matakala,
like,
and they're the
is that
sweetest
okay?
people ever.
Okay.
No,
It's
for real though.
no,
No,
no.
that's a
My,
name. Though.
That's a
I
name.
know Matakala.
Yeah.
like it's
It
Salazar
must be. It
Slytherin all
must.
over again. It's like, okay, yeah,
It must
sure.
be.
Yeah, let's overlook the name. Then you see this guy. He is literally. He almost looks green, not just pale. Black, sticky hair,
He is textbook villain for sure.
and you say, nah, it's my boy Green Man. Now
Like I
come.
said, we don't judge books by its covers, but that book deserves to be judged by its cover.
And then
Okay, but just a quick question. What's this? So we know at this time that Theoden, or is Theoden, right?
King
King
Theoden, yeah.
Theoden. Yeah, we know that Theoden is getting infected by whatever STD.
No,
Saruman.
that's ETD. That's ear transmitted disease. Like yo, dog.
Whatever Saruman was giving him, or like, hey, I was like, dog, you almost look as bad as Gollum. Like Gollum is he, and you're catching up.
Kwaratu.
Kota to Gollum.
Yeah.
Then
Oh, that's gonna be my new diss. Hey, mfana, Kota to Gollum. Osha.
yo,
So yeah, I'm saying, did Saruman infect King Theoden and then Grima got there, or was it because Grima was there
it
that?
was because Grima was there.
Yeah, I think his
Oh, okay.
presence was
Then
sort of
I think
like
that's on. Then
Yeah,
I think
Remember,
that's
he was
on.
probably sent there by Soren.
He
I'm not
was.
sure
Saruman. Yeah, he was sent
if
there by
it's
Saruman.
explicitly stated, but he was
It
sent there
is.
by him to weaken the kingdom
Yeah.
from the inside out.
He was there to weaken the kingdom. His prize was the girl, ironically. Anyway,
Oh, anyway.
yeah.
Hey, side note, I can't wait to talk about the third
third one.
movie, Return of the King, because Eowyn is badass. But anyway,
Like,
getting
dog,
back to
if there's
this.
anyone who hates her in these movies, I have no
They
idea
gotta
what's
see
wrong with
me.
you.
Fight
They
You
me.
gotta
need,
see me.
you
Fight
need
You gotta
therapy.
fight me.
Fight me
You need
right.
therapy, bro.
Let's fight.
You
One,
need therapy, chief. Straight up.
send me your location. I'll
Dog,
be there with my
I remember.
phone. I'll write a dawn to be like you'll be playing the Rohan theme as I'm riding. I don't know where I'll get a horse.
Dog,
I don't know.
every time I watched this movie, even when I was a kid, when I saw it, and I didn't really understand much of it,
Yeah.
I was like, I do not want to be Aragorn, dog. If I have to choose between Arwen and this chick, I'm sorry, I can't choose. But anyway,
I think
But
I would. I think I would have gone like, just because I think Arwen is not in the movies enough. I think that's why I would have gone with Eowyn. She had a dope introduction when she saved Frodo, but I didn't see her like do much. And then we get to interact with Eowyn all the time. So I think that's the only defining factor. But anyway, because no, Aragorn got women throwing it at him in this universe.
Hey,
dog.
dog, he's Aragorn. I mean, he's got the pipe, he's got the long hair, then chebe,
Yo.
sharper sword.
No, she definitely gave Hina the vibes, dog, in this one. But anyway,
So
Oh, actually, yeah.
anyway,
I
it's
hear
either
you. I see.
I
I
see.
see.
Aragorn Kun.
Anyway, so it goes. Then we get to the point where Aomer gets banished from the kingdom,
Yeah.
and just after the banishment in the theaters, I know there's a bit of another scene somewhere in between. It cuts to the Urukai running again, and then you just see the three guys tracking them down. And there comes my favorite line from Gimli, like, keep breathing. That's the key. Breathe. And
Hey, boy, my boy Gimli was running his little legs, man.
I'm almost interested in finding out the backstory between like Aragorn and Gimli, and Aragorn and Legolas, because hey, these bras are down for Legolas.
Hey, dog,
Like,
loyal to the
Leg-
T, dog.
hey,
Loyal
dog,
to the
like
T.
Legolas could be facing 1,000 Urukai, and he'll be like, "Yeah, we're gonna beat all three of
Yeah,
them." And
I've
then,
got like 7 arrows.
and Legolas will take those 7 arrows, and Gimli will take that axe. It's 3 on 10,000, and they'll still fight. Like, they'll maybe complain a little bit, but like, hey,
So
we believe in Aragorn, dog.
Yeah,
Yo,
he's like
so
the Captain America of this
and
franchise.
Hmm.
that I just want you to say that line, keep breathing. That's me at the gym every single time. And I kid you
uh,
not. The moment the
That's a good
treadmill or
line. That's a good line.
or the cycle machine or I'm doing some weight, the trainer thinks that I'm supposed to be handling for some reason. I don't know where they got the idea that I'm supposed to be handling like 55 kilo chest to the bench
mm,
press for some reason. Out of nowhere, like you're doing it, you're breaking records. The moment it gets too much, like I just picture myself as keep breathing. So long as I'm breathing, that's the key.
That's excellent advice. Keep breathing.
No,
So
but like I just want to say, like everybody talks about Optimus Prime, Captain America. They give the best speeches. Nobody talks about how Aragorn has like, bruh, he has 3 people believing they can fight an entire army.
With no
Yeah,
speech.
he has his
With no
own Bucky
speech.
and his own Sam, dog. Like,
you know,
like,
like
No
how
speech, guys. Remember, no speech.
yeah,
let's hunt
he
some
just
orc.
runs, bruh. He
Yeah,
just runs.
the only thing you told him is let's hunt some orc. And like, yes, that's it.
Like, and he runs headfirst into danger, and they just follow. Like
Oh,
Captain
that's
America
all.
still has to like galvanize, and he has to tell you, Aragorn, dog, we going sharp.
Yeah. And
It's
then we
it's done.
cuts to the evening where the orcs are like, we will not run, we will not take any we will not take one more step until we've had a breather. Get a fire
How
going.
scared of you? How like you guys are scared of Aragorn, Gimli,
Did
and
you see how
Legolas?
many
Like you're
people
terrified.
did you see how many of your comrades died for that mission? They knew. They had a head count
They
before.
knew, dog.
And
Plus,
then like,
remember, it's Legolas will take one arrow and he'll like kill you and 3 of your homies, and then the arrow will double back and just finish the other homie that is missed.
hey,
Like,
dog,
hey,
it's like
Tanga,
that thing, Yako Guardians of the Galaxy. You know who's that guy again?
the
Oh,
whistle
Yondu.
guy.
Yandu.
Yondu, yeah. It's like a
I'm very
Yondu
Yondu,
pumped,
thing.
Yondu.
y'all.
But
That
anyway,
no, I was just saying they were doing a head count. It's like our captain is dead. Okay, so who's the captain now? It's Ukhlo. Oh damn, Ukhlo, I hate him. Anyway, and then okay, what about Blanam? He's dead. Oh, he got cut in half, sweetie. Yeah. So some guy got axed. I saw his brains fly right out of his head. And how many people were there? There was just 3. Okay, now we need to run. We need to just keep running.
and
Then-
many
It's the
people were
fellowship,
there, right?
baby. It's the fellowship.
Yeah.
How do you do an F? I don't know how to do an F in gangster side, but it's the fellowship.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Mary,
fingers don't
Mary,
work that way, Chief.
Mary and Pippin were just
Yeah, that's the best
listening.
you got.
It's the fellowship.
Yeah, so we get to them tapping down the wood, and you just hear the strange noises coming from the forest. And Mary is like, "What's that?" Oh no, just people says, "What's that noise?" And
No,
then
no,
Mary
you
says,
missed where the orcs get raided. Cause
"Oh no,
that's
I'm
not,
getting there. I'm getting there.
no, because Oh, okay.
Wait,
Oh,
that
yeah,
we're
yeah,
getting
yeah.
there because
Okay,
the
yeah.
as they're busy chopping the wood for the fire. That's when they hear the strange noises, and then it's like, "What's making the noise?" And Mary says, "Like it's the trees." Remember what they used to say about the old forest, the borders of Buckland, that there's something in the water that makes the trees go troll. Trees that can whisper, talk to each other, even move. And then it cuts to one of the orcs like, "I'm starving. I have said nothing but mahogany bread for 3 stinking days." Yes. Why didn't you have some meat?
Damn.
What about
You know,
them?
this is what I'm realizing that this movie, even though it's still, dark
Yeah.
and serious,
It has a
these
nice
orcs sort of have like a Disneyana vibe to it at times.
They have
Like,
a nice
The
little
hyenas. They're the
humor.
hyenas.
yeah,
I like the way they can certainly add humor in each one of these scenes because it's an incredibly dark. You're kidnapped. It's a dark scene, and they're talking about eating you. And then this guy's like, "They are not for eating." Like, what about their legs?
They don't need the legs.
Oh, they look tasty. Get back, scum! Carve him up. Just
But
a
this is also
mouthful.
where you learn that, like, the reason why the Fellowship is whooping your asses is because you guys
There's
do
no
not work.
unity.
Like, if Saruman is not there, there's no team.
That's the
They're basically babies, these things, dog. Like they were born yesterday, some of them.
no.
They're toddlers.
I like the fact that you pointed it out because it's a very important highlight that Tolkien wanted
Some of them
to.
were born yesterday.
Yeah, true. It's an important highlight that Tolkien wanted to reveal in his story is that forces of evil seldom learn how to work together. Everybody is in it for themselves. Like in the books, people think that Saruman is loyal to Sauron. He isn't. In the movies, they made him out to be, but in the books, no, he isn't. He wants to run for himself. He's just playing along. All the more reason why he said, "Bring these hobbits to me alive and unspoiled," because he wanted the ring for himself. He was like, "Hey, bitch." Oh wait. Hold on.
Oh, you have it, can't you?
No, don't put it on. Tebello, no. Yo, guys, what happened to
Days of
Tebello?
a Dark Lord. You'd have a
back.
I don't see you. I can hear you, but I cannot see you, bro.
Tebello's going all John Cena on us.
Hey, dog. Do. Word life. This is this is basic
thugonomics.
mortonomics.
There
This
you
is
are.
basic mortonomics.
Let's try this again.
This is
Wait,
basic mortonomics.
Oh, there you are.
It's
Oh, okay.
it's got two. It takes 2 towers to feel me.
Okay, wait. Okay, so
Oh wow, that's the biggest pause ever.
you know,
Oh my God, I didn't. Oh my goodness. I
2
didn't even
towers
get
to
that.
feel me.
That went through. That went straight over my head, dog. I didn't even.
Fuck, what are you into? 2 towers to feel me.
That's crazy.
no God.
That is insane.
When I'm stabbing or shooting, I have you in a defensive position.
You're just making it worse, man. Stabbing and shooting. Oh
Now
my
you're
goodness.
stabbing and shoot defensive position.
Dig a deeper hole, why don't you? Bury yourself.
An arrow shooting anthem right in your ass, man.
Okay.
Damn.
Let's stop this man.
Pride
He's
Month.
a menace.
Where's my flag?
Oh, it's June. Yeah.
Anyway.
That was my contribution to this month. Sorry.
Kai. Anyway, there you go.
Hey man,
You broke us. You broke the
hey,
system.
I can see reggae, Joe. Yo.
I'm speechless. Anyway,
Mahoko ampane.
I wanted to say that it's even in the books that the Uruk-hai practice cannibalism. Well, they've been eating man flesh this entire time, but orc flesh is like, who cares? It's still flesh. Flesh is still flesh.
No, I feel like they eat anything. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll eat anything. So
No, we
the
do not
fact-
have dietary requirements. Anything goes.
yeah, that's you see that line. It looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. Yay! And then
Hey, that was a hilarious line, bro. That was hilarious. And also, have you always noticed that when these savages are eating, how much meat they waste? Because they're just going in and you just see meat going up in the air. And you're like, dude, you guys are hungry. Why are you throwing things away? Like,
because that's an intestine. What are they gonna do? Eat somebody's guts? Do you know what's inside?
hey,
the
come on,
guts?
hold.
You need to watch that stuff.
Oh, come on, hold, do that.
So you
yeah, this is how you know the orcs aren't black, because the black people would have figured it out.
like anyway,
But like you said, they eat anything, bro. I mean, that guy, his blood was still warm. His blood was still warm if they have warm blood, and they were chowing him. So.
And then
They found him alive, no?
yeah.
No,
he was beheaded.
He got beheaded, and then the guy said meat's back on the menu, and then they went in. They didn't even waste time.
And then what I like is that they
So
pinned
that
down his
actually
comrades.
saved Merry and Pippin because
Then they pinned down their comrades, because there's a part where you can see the Uruk-hai stepping on one of the other orcs to make sure that they don't go and save their comrade's body from being eaten. It was an incredibly humorous and also incredibly dark. Imagine you're supposed to be.
It was a crazy, it was a crazy balance, because like this showed that the Urukai are still scary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you don't have a sense of ease. It's not like when you're watching Disney Henchmen and you're just like, oh, okay, or where be
Henchmen,
prepared, where you're like singing along. It's like be prepared. It's like no, this is beheaded a dude and they're eating him now. Like
It's kinda
Merry
like-
and Pippin,
it's
y'all
kinda like-
need. Like this is why when like I think Mary tells Pippin, he's like, Doc, shut up. Do
Yeah.
not let them know we don't have the ring. Otherwise,
Yeah.
bro, we're
They
not
will
gonna
eat
make
us.
it.
It's kind of like the parties in Power Rangers. You know, they usually come through and the guys beat them. But if they were just to meet like normal citizens in Angel Grove, it would have been a
That
problem.
would.
You know what I mean?
That clapped up chicks. Anyway, I just wanted to also highlight. There is a passage in the books that I find very fascinating between the Uruks and the Orcs, because the captain of the Orcs, his name was, I think it's very hard to pronounce it. It's like Greeny Nash or something like that. Comment below. Don't come at me. And the captain of the Urukai is called Uhlok. And Uhlok, there's a part where Uhlok, he's so self-serving because he knows it's the Urukai. He loves his look in the mirror. And he says, like, there's a time where he even ends up with a sentence like, I am Uhlok and I have spoken. And then Green National responds like, I wonder what would happen if you met the Dark Lord. I'd wait till you think that your neck needs urgent relieving of a swollen head.
Oh. Oh.
And when he said that, that's when Uhluk's like, oh, you know what we used to call you, I think, swine. Swine is what we refer to. If you act like a swine, then you must probably taste like a swine. Let's find out. And that's when they killed two of the orcs and ate them. I just wanted to let you know that that's what happened in the books.
Wow, that is
Okay.
wow.
They were having a rap battle, except
They were having a decent rap
except
battle,
if you lose, then you get beheaded.
and eaten. So
Hi
Then
guys, shout out to the henchmen who keep working for these evil dark lords that still keep killing them all.
like,
Hey man,
imagine,
there's a hench like in Austin Powers, there's a henchman hotline, bruh. And like Mrs. Henchman said, they never think about the henchman's family.
you know, he got
Our
rolled down
insurance.
by a pelt. I remember there was a scene where the guy got rolled down by a rolling pin. Like, stop! Get out of the way!
That was the funniest thing, bruh. Like
Bro,
they
there's
literally
no-
had
there's
time
no-
to turn. He had time to run away. That thing was like 100 meters away from him. Okay, maybe not 100 meters,
Okay.
but it was like far away from
Wait,
him, and he
just-
still. But
Just
anyway,
one
back to this
question.
thing.
Just one question. Did Dr. Evil have insurance for these guys? Like that's all I'm asking.
I hope so.
Let's hope so. Life insurance, they needed it.
Yes.
So anyway, while they're still eating and everything, Carl Urban and his merry men come through and rock the Urukais and the Orcs.
I like the sudden. It was like a surprise attack, and it was a proper surprise attack because we get introduced to the surprise attack with a spear in the back,
Hmm.
and then you hear horses, and then you just had one horse. Hey, they're like what?
Isn't
And
it
this
Isn't
also
it
shows you how
crazy how-
tired the Orcs and the Urukais were. Because remember, they were keeping a nose out for
Yes.
Aragon and them. And these guys came on. Horse is smelly. I don't care what you do. A horse is smelly.
Facts.
The dudes have been riding, so they're sweaty and smelly. So
Yeah.
there's no kuti fresh, and you couldn't smell them. So that just shows you also how tired they were.
But
that they
also,
didn't
I just wanted to say that ultimately Saruman is the reason why those orcs were killed because they got banished, right? Carl Urban and them got banished, and because of that, because of Saruman, by the way,
Yeah.
and because of that, they were able to kill the orcs and save Merry and Pippin.
Yes.
Oh, the irony, the irony.
And a counter ambush. An
Yeah.
ambush killed our prince. I'm gonna ambush this team. Surprise, mother.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Fries, motherfucker.
Shout out to
all
that
knives,
one.
all knives, motherfucker.
Shout out to that one guy on the horse who was like, oh, with the horse archer. You're like, bah! Oh yeah, you think I forgot you? I was
Yeah,
like, oh.
so that happens, and then Mary and Pippin escape into the forest.
And I guess
We-
this is
no, we
where
get-
you
we-
get to see the thing that Tebello was saying about the forces that are greater at
Yeah.
play or whatever. Because
Yeah.
I mean, Extrodin is right. Grima technically saves Merry and Pippin, and
Facts.
then by saving Merry and Pippin, Saruman doomed himself technically.
Yeah.
Facts.
But also, you know, that horse that almost
Squished.
stomped
Pippin.
was
Mary.
it Pippin?
Mary. It was
Yeah,
Mary.
but
No, it
Merry.
was Mary. Yeah.
He moved in time. I was like, but then you get to see one of the best lines from Legolas. Red sun rises. Blood has been spilled this night. And then he keeps like, I was like, that is the what kind of
My thing is with
Last of the
Legolas, dog, is like
Mohicans-
Legolas. But I'm saying my thing is with Legolas, bro. He speaks like a fortune cookie. It's like, dog,
I
just
know.
say what you mean. Like,
No, but remember also this is old school. So in old school they had to speak they spoke in a certain way, but he's worse.
His
Yeah,
words.
but
But-
Maybe
like,
it's because where he comes
But also
from.
he's an elf, so he speaks
Yeah.
so.
Maybe that's how
I
elves speak. I
guess.
don't know.
Because like the thing is, like
Gandalf
Gandalf like Gandalf speaks in riddles, but then there's also times where he's nice and clear and concise, and I can understand. Gimli and Aragorn, I understand them 100%. Legolas, Kenna Legolas, the sea is blue, the ocean is wet, the sky has fallen. Dog, what are you saying?
It's elf talk, dog. It's some elvish swag.
And then when I'm trying to understand what I'm saying, then he does a badass thing with the arrow, and I'm like, all right, dog, I don't care.
I forgive Legolas because he made the arrow the coolest shit ever. So the bow and arrow was the coolest shit for me after this movie. So I forgive his poetry, his fortune cookie license, his fortune cookie saves.
Who's this?
Oh, Legolas. I was just saying, Legolas, he kept on confusing me because I was like, dog is a walking fortune cookie. And then he does something badass with the arrow, and then I'm like, I don't care anymore. But I didn't understand what he was saying.
And then that's when you get introduced to Aragorn proper, because we see the horses come, align, and then Riders of Rohan, what news of the mark? And we see this most badass turn sequence, horses lining out in circle, not a word said. And then what kills is he had an entire sentence with riding with all these horses next to him, and the way he responds. And what business does an elf, a man, and the dwarf have in the riddle mark? Speak quickly.
And this is when you see that Legolas and Gimli are ride or die. Like there's like
this is when the friendship was started. No, this is the moment we just see them becoming friends now, because it's like, I'll cut off your head, dwarf, if it stood a little high off the ground. They're like, you die before your stroke fell.
I know this is a writing tool, but it always annoys me when someone comes to you and says, "Who are you?" And instead of just saying like, "Hey, I'm Swanbani, and I've just got some business," they're always trying to make it do this unnecessary tension that happens. Like, you can't be in my area and then I ask you who you are, and then you be catching attitude. Like, what's wrong with you, bro?
No,
it annoys me. Like, I understand why they do it, just to create a little tension and stuff. But sometimes I'm like, dude, all you need to say is like, "Hi, I'm Zuko. I'm here for the podcast." Like, that's it, dog.
I get you.
Like, there's no need for like,
I agree.
why are you asking me who I am? Like, what you gonna do about it? Like, dude. Just
I like that because it shows this is the most human trait. And the only person who answered the question directly was the human in the group. If you pay attention, humans would go straight to the point. Hi, my name is John.
Yeah, because Aragorn was like,
the elf and the dwarf are like, and who are you? Says who? For who? With what? With this? Against who? And
I think like Gimli and Legolas looked at each other like, we could probably take them. Like, you know, we might cop a couple of swords to the shoulder, but like, I think my shooting arm will be fine. We'll get out of here.
But
and
you know,
Aragorn is
also,
like,
I
guys,
just wanna add that this is sort of realistic. You know, sometimes you can have friends from two different places who don't get along because they don't know each other, but they know you, right? So it's like they have to get along because of you. Like, it's so realistic because Legolas knows Aragorn, but you know, But then Gimli also knows Aragorn, but they are not really so buddy
no,
buddy.
They were low key racist at the beginning of Fellowship.
Yeah.
and they have
There was no low key about it. They were like, damn elf, damn dwarf.
and they have legitimate beef. I mean, your people imprisoned my dad.
Yeah.
Look, they said that elf and dwarf with hard R's, bro.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah. So, but then Aragorn tells them their names, like their friends, and then he explains, "Oh wait, we are friends of Theoden, your king. We are not spies, blah blah blah." And then he tells like, "No, the Urks are dead. We slaughtered them in the night. We piled them up. We piled the bodies up and burned them." What vexes me is that in the book he says the exact line, but there's a certain part in the end. It's like, "We piled the bodies up and burned them, as is the custom of this land." And they don't say it in the movie. And every time I hear it, I finish the sentence in my head.
Oh, so
I have to say it.
That's your nitpicking for today.
Yeah. I mean, I've got one. I've got a big one.
No, we'll get there. We'll get there. When
Then
we get to yours.
we get to the scene where the bodies are piled
Who's
up.
dropping cash? Give him what the lungs whipping.
No, it's me. I'm having fun with the wondering.
I'm wondering, give him what some guys whipping.
I thought it was BuckMeister this whole time, bro.
I'm busy having the time of my
I
life.
thought that somebody was playing Sonic for like 2 seconds.
What, you thought 50 Cent was around?
I've
Yeah,
to
Shani. Wish death upon me.
I have to send you this video.
Bro,
Just don't
Aragorn,
see.
it's your birthday.
I'm
We
just
about
a
to
hobbit
kill
trying to
Uruk-hai
get to
like
the
it's your
mountain.
birthday.
But many orcs wish death upon
Death
me.
upon me.
Ring on my hand, I got Sam with me.
Hey, yo, Frodo, where you think you're going? Yo, Frodo, what the hell, dog? Where you think you're going?
Gollum's leading the way, and now I'm
Fellowship of
gonna
the
make it, cause many orcs, many orcs.
Yo, Frodo, trust me,
wish
you don't want to
death
go
upon
left,
me,
Frodo.
but
I got shot
the
9
one
times.
ring, man. I got
Alright?
Sam with me. I'll make it.
You don't want to
Even
go
though
there,
many
dog. I
orcs,
got shot 9 times, man. Frodo, you don't want to go there.
many orcs, wish death upon
Anyway,
me.
sorry, let me do this.
Ring unit.
Kai!
Oh god.
Okay, let's go.
Moving on.
They go to the pile of bodies and check out, and
then
they're
we
all
have
sad.
Yeah, because
And
basically they just asked, like, did you see 2 hobbits?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, dog, it was late. It
left
was,
none alive.
yeah.
The other
yeah, it
bodies
was
of the
late. We
guy.
were killing. We
This is
didn't
also
really
when
look.
you get to see that like war is ugly, because basically like Legolas, Gimli, and Aragorn, they don't fight them, they don't like
No.
scream or anything. They just accept that it's possible that that they got killed at night, because that's a thing that can happen.
And then one, because I'm sure somebody's gonna comment below, because if I don't tell you this, if I don't say this, the Lord of the Rings rage group is gonna come after me and try and assassinate me. So I'm gonna say it. Fun fact: did you know that when Aragorn kicked that helmet and screamed, he actually broke his toes?
I was going to get
Oh,
that.
I said it.
That was
I
my
said it.
moment.
I
It's
said
so
it.
far here, but okay.
Oh God. The amount of times I see everybody quoting that
Then again,
movie,
what's the actor's name?
laugh now.
Viggo
Viggo
Mortensen.
Mortensen, I think.
Viggo Mortensen put his life on the line for these movies.
Hey,
In the
dog.
first one, they threw a helmet at him for real, and like he hit it out of the air for
Nice.
real.
A knife.
Yeah, like he cut, like he smacked the knife out of the air for real, and then
And
they
this
kept it in
probably
film.
this probably happened probably in the same year, because remember this was shot back to
Yeah.
back. So
The
Yeah, this
whole
was shot. What?
So
How
I
long was
wonder,
it again?
simultaneously.
I wonder if like Vigo was like in the background, like, hey, does,
Like, what the
does
hell?
Peter Jackson have beef with me? Like, is he trying to unalive me on screen?
Funny
Like,
enough,
guys,
funny enough, they described him as Viggo Mortensen and I think the guy Bernard Hill were like the two biggest clowns in set. They were making people laugh left, right, and center. They had they were busy
who's
clowning.
Benna Hill? Is it Gimli?
Theoden,
Oh,
oh,
rest in peace. So they were the biggest clowns in
R.I.P.
set. I remember there's a scene where Viggo Mortensen convinced the guy was playing as the Uruk-hai basically, you know that when they're busy giving each, they like giving each other headbutts as a greetings, and he said, no, you must just headbutt Legolas just once and see what happens. And then Alana Bloom got to set the next day with the biggest bruise on his forehead.
Oh my god!
And the makeup department was like,
Thank you.
What are we gonna do with this now? Like, what's wrong with you?
Thanks.
So,
Because we were
so
just
what I'm
painting the
hearing
ox
is-
all night.
What I'm
We're
hearing
just
is
painting
that
the ox all night, and you guys come with a bruised forehead. Thank you.
So what I'm hearing is that like that thing that Viggo Mortensen kicked, it might have been somebody on set who was just like, you know what?
You know what?
For that thing you did that other time.
yeah, someone in the makeup department buy makeup.
Like whenever I see Viggo now, dog, even out of Lord of the Rings, I'm like, dog, you don't have a toe anymore? Like, what's going on? Like, yo.
Ish.
So
Wait, I'm sure he broke it, but he got it mended, right?
Yeah, no, it
I
was
don't know.
broken. They had he had to, and I couldn't wear a cast. They had to do minor adjustments and stuff. But shame, he was struggling for many.
They probably added like something. Kind of what do you call? I know there's a trick where they
Wait,
put
did he
in-
shoot the rest of the movie with a broken toe?
Yep.
Well, for 8
Yeah.
weeks, yes. For 8 weeks, yes.
Hey, dog is a trooper. Like whatever Tolkien wrote.
But if you notice, for a while, even in the story, like he doesn't really fight much for a while in the story. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, we don't know what the shot scenes were, so we don't know
Yeah, that's
what they
true.
actually fact, because they shot the whole thing in 18 months, so we don't know. But for 2 of those 18 months, Sam had a big ass gash on his foot that went through his foot to the other side, and
Well, he was walking barefoot in mountains. I mean, what did you
It was
expect?
bound to happen. Yeah.
That's how
He
it's
was-
Unumo.
I
Okay,
was walking
guys,
barefoot into a lake.
we
Anyway,
are
so
attending
I
again.
said,
But if it was
I
South
said
Africa,
that-
he would have stepped on a Hunter Pilsner like bottle or like a
Black label,
Black
what's
label.
it, Bantana?
Black
It
label.
was a-
like,
Like a black.
it was a glass shot.
Guy. Okay.
We get to seem like, okay, these two they track speed away from the battle and into Fanghorn Forest. Fanghorn, what sort of madness let them in there? It's like, dude, there was a battle. What do you think was gonna happen? They're like, oh right, the people are actively dying around me. These people might kill us. Oh, there's Fanghorn. I heard that it's super scary.
I'll take the trees over the
Dude,
Urukai.
like, these dudes want to kill us and eat us now. I don't know what might happen in there, but they're not going to go in, so, hey.
So they ran in, then they cut to the scene where there are a few more scenes that happen in the movies, but what happens in the actual movie, not the extended cut, the movies, cuts to them running in the forest, then they're being chased by Green and Ash, I guess, and they run up a tree, and the guy one of them gets pulled down. He's like, Mary, and then this tree's eyes open.
That was very creepy how they did that. It was very cool, but it was
Okay.
And it was so cool.
Fun fact. That tree is actually voiced by the guy who plays Gimli.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You didn't know.
so we got 2 roles in one movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he caught the one guy, and then there's like, let's put a maggot hole in your body, and boop, squashed him. And then we have the lovely dialogue: "Little walks around." The tree is talking. Tree. I am no tree. I am an ant. And whose side are you on?
You're just a tree that talks.
And I like what in this movie, the characterization of the ants represent the people that are left on the wayside, considered either too useless or not of great importance for either good or evil. So that's set aside. That's why he says, I'm on nobody's side because nobody's on my side. Nobody cares about the trees anymore. Little orcs.
But I have a big problem with what's his name again? What's the tree's name?
Treebeard.
Treebeard.
Yeah.
And obviously, I don't know why I forgot about that. But we'll talk about it when we get to it. We'll probably
Then
get
it's
to it
like-
next week.
I've never heard of an hobbit. I've never heard of an hobbit before. Sounds like all mischief to me. They come with fire. They come with axes. Gnawing, biting, breaking, hacking, burning. Deserters and destroyers and usurpers, curse them. I just like that line.
And I'm just like, it sounds like you on a side, my guy. Like, it
Yeah.
sounds like, I know you said you don't have a side, But maybe go with the side that ain't burning the forest. That's all I'm
You
saying.
know, and like don't take 10 business days to decide. That's all
And
I'm
then
saying.
Hey,
she's
dog,
like,
because they take
we are not
forever. We'll get
hobbits, we are
there.
tree folk, shireflings, whatever. Like, maybe you are, or maybe you aren't. That white wizard will know. And then we are supposed to go like, oh shit, he's gonna give him to Saruman. And we see Saruman, and we see a white wizard standing there. And they're like, oh
Dumbledore
crap.
is a troll. Dumbledore is such a
Not
troll.
Dumbledore.
Treebeard,
And
Not
Dumbledore,
Treebeard. There's no
Gandalf.
Dumbledore in here.
you know?
It's Gandalf.
You're gonna get a cease and
Hey,
desist
fam,
letter at this
whoopsies.
rate. You've been saying double doors for a long time.
Look, okay, look, I'm not the biggest Lord of the Ring fan. My bad.
Oh,
Gandalf.
That's not an excuse to call someone from a different
They
movie.
old white wizards. I get confused. Anyway,
anyway,
Gandalf.
so
Gandalf
he's
is
the
a
big.
troll.
I'm sure.
And-
I'm sure you have wizard friends, don't you?
But
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah. They all cast spells on the weekend.
yeah.
Anyway. Oh, sorry, I'm stereotype. Oh, I didn't know we can't stereotype old white men. I thought you were allowed to do that as a black person.
You're no longer invited to the barbecue, dog. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I'm not invited to the Shire. And you know what? I'm cool because there's Nazguls and things. I'm fine. Anyway, I'm saying, sorry, what's his face? And it's late also. But anyway, what's it? Gandalf is a troll. Like,
Yes.
he made this whole dramatic entrance. There, like, what's this? Aragorn is, sweating.
no, we're not there yet, though.
You're not there
He
yet,
meets,
but-
he meets Pippin and
Oh, right.
We just
First
see,
them,
we just
and
see,
then-
Mary.
we just see cut to his shoulder, to his like literally his shoulder or something, and then
Off
we
screen.
we go straight to Frodo and Sam, and they got out of the mountains. You see, we let you out. Nice habit.
Hey man, Smeagol was laying it on thick, bro. He was laying it on thick.
He was trying to use he might have a -2 on charisma, but he was raising hard at this point. And it was like, then Sam was like, he led us into a swamp. Yes, a swamp. Yes.
The orcs don't come here, so that's why I led you
they
this
go
way.
around it for miles and miles. Come, we'll lead you through safe paths through the mess. And then they're like, careful now. Don't fall into the don't follow the lights. And
Don't follow the lights, yeah.
And don't fall into the water, into the swamp.
And then
Frodo does exactly what they said.
Yeah, and then Kenna Frodo, swan dive.
No, I
No,
like the
mara
lights.
o sa lebala Jens, Frodo o tshwere ke ring ene. Ring e mo shapatis. Ga bone sharp, right, man? Because you saw he didn't even resist. He was just like going.
Yeah,
And there was there was no reason
understand.
for him to go there even. There was no reason for him to go there. Like, it's not a case of he was walking by and then he
Yes.
turned, got mistake. It literally just drew him there. So that
But now I'm saying, can those things in the water, whatever they are, can those things get the ring to Sauron?
No, they can't. They don't care about that.
They want the ring for themselves.
They don't want the ring for themselves. They didn't even care about the ring. They wanted to eat him.
They want his soul.
So that's why I was confused, because I was just like, I thought the ring would have been like, Chief, change direction. Like,
No, because the ring was gonna figure out a way to get to
Yeah, even if it takes like 500 years, the ring is like, I'm gonna get there.
Yeah, the
I'm
path of
getting
least
there,
resistance
dog.
works
Like,
for me,
I know
so-
where home is.
Yeah.
But
He's not in a
sometimes-
He's not in a hurry. Which is something that people don't really. It wasn't really communicated well enough in these movies. It's another nitpick which from the books they do explain it well, but from the movies they don't see that much. In the movies we think that Sauron is desperate to get his ring back in blah blah blah, right?
Mhm.
In the books, it's just that Sauron is so poised for complete victory that the only way the good guys had a chance of winning this war was for the ring to be destroyed.
Yeah.
So
completely.
it's like it's the 11th hour for the good guys. It's not necessarily an epic adventure. Things are so bad, and one of the lines they do say in the box that they don't mention I don't know if they mention the extended scenes or not. I don't remember, but then they say if Sauron were to win this war, his victory will be so complete and it will be so total and so complete that none can foresee the end of it while this world remains. So if he won this war, the world is his forever.
Kind of what's Hugo Weaving's character's name?
Elrond.
Elrond.
Yeah.
Elrond, like I think it was
Now
Rob.
I'm syncing with Tebello. Guys, stop it.
Yeah.
Get out of my head.
When Rob was saying this movie could have ended a long time ago because Elrond was like, dog, throw, you see, volcano, ring.
Oh, I love
throw.
that. I love that video where he's like, "Oh yeah, you know, things fall into here all the time." Swing.
Yeah, no, here's what I wanted to say about that. In the books, they didn't fight in Mount Doom. That's the downside, right? They fought at Barad-dûr, and when Sauron came up and beat him, he took the ring. So there's no way Elrond was gonna hitchhike and pick up Isildur.
But then how does Isildur get the ring then in the book?
He cast it from Sauron's hand.
Oh,
So
but
in
I'm
the-
saying. Oh, okay, go ahead.
In the books, what happens is that it's like a three-way tie. All three combatants end up dead, and then Isildur, as claim for his victory, he cuts the ring from Sauron. He didn't do this heroic act that they do in the movies. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, guys.
So he came in. So he came in after the fact and cut off the ring.
Yep.
So who killed Sauron then?
It was Gil-galad and Elendil.
Well, so where was Elrond at the time?
Elrond was busy captaining the army. So Gil-galad was the king of the elves, the high king. You see a glimpse of him when he cuts down one of the orcs and he shanks him with the spear, the fellowship at the beginning.
Also, the Cyclops Tim in this movie.
So that guy, that's Gil-galad. And then Erendil is the one with the biggest sword, like he's the one holding it up high. That was Isildur's dad. They had a three-way deal with Sauron, and it ends up with Gil-galad gets burnt to death. Horrible death. I mean, Sauron knocked his spear out to the side, grabbed him with his hands, and with the power of his sheer hatred and the heat from his own body, he bursts Gil-galad alight.
Or some Ghost Rider vibes.
Ghost Rider vibes like boom. As he's busy burning, Elendil shanks him and then he goes down, but then he knocks him down with his mace. And so poor guy gets his neck snapped by a mace, and then they all went down basically. All three of them died. And then Isildur then cuts the ring from Sauron's hand, and then it becomes an heirloom of his kingdom. And shots about it, Elrond could have objected at that point, but there's no way he was gonna just take this thing and like yeet into Mount Doom. Mount Doom was like 700 kilometers away. So
okay.
That's the nitpick. That's the thing that in the books was explained. But
well, I mean, in the movie, that was always a thing for me in the Fellowship, where I was just like, either Sauron is no, I'm saying not that. I'm talking about how Isildur got the ring in the first place. I was like, either Sauron
was weak as hell.
Weak source, or Isildur had all the plot armor in the world, like all the anime plot armor just descended upon Isildur for him to just take a broken sword and get that guy's finger, and it's like, oh, this is the one spot, his Achilles heel, then he's pointing at everybody. Anyway.
Achilles fingers.
So that's
fingers. But anyway.
What also? Anyway, so where was I? Oh, Frodo gets rescued from the wraiths, basically.
The marsh.
The marsh.
But also, I mean, I think doesn't Gollum pull him out?
Gollum pulls him out.
Gollum pulls him out.
Gollum's the one who could see him.
No, it's just that when you said he got saved from the race, to me it sounded like the race saved him. But you just meant that he got saved from the people.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
And
then
it's a bit of difference, I guess.
So he's like, why? You could see the confusion in Frodo's face, like, what the hell? You know, wouldn't it have been better if you let me die and then take the ring for yourself? But no, don't follow the lights.
Also, he knows that he can't beat those wraith things.
Yeah.
Like if the ring was in the water, he's not getting it.
So then we get to see that lovely discussion at night because Frodo is relapsing hard. He's like in the middle of the night.
Ish.
And then he says,
Can tell
and
that
then he,
Elijah Wood has never had a manicure in his life. This dude's
God,
body has nails,
those nails.
Dang.
No, dog, that's Mordor.
But remember,
Chief.
guys,
I don't put that on
kile
Frodo. I
para
put
at this
that on
time, like
Mordor.
kile para la ring, so he doesn't care about the manicure at this time, bro.
And then you just hear.
No, what I mean is like, dog, like there's no way he can even scratch his skin, dog. Like
his fingers are stubbed at this point. Anyway.
Mordor, Chief.
That man was climbing mountains with his fingers, bro.
Yeah. Then you hear the line, so bright, so beautiful, our precious. It's as if Gollum was making fun at the fact that Frodo was relapsing. And they're like, what did you say? Mustn't ask us, not his business.
Gollum hates Sam. He hates him.
I like that they have a little hint where Gollum utters a riddle like "Cold be hand, be hard, be happy, born, cold we travel as far from home." It shows that it's a nice reference to the original meetup when he meets Bilbo back in the day in the Hobbits, because they do have a riddle battle. So you can see that this man is still making rhymes like crazy. They do not see what lies ahead when sun is faded and moon is dead. You just see that yeah.
They're talking of a mixtape. Like, what was happening?
Like, I think Tolkien was just too creative, man, for his good.
And then he's from Cape Town. They had no time. I keep telling you people, like you had time for this.
What's shrooms, guys? Come on, he wants on shrooms.
And then there's and he does mention the hobbits do love their mushrooms. Foreshadowing.
Hey.
Then we get to see the epic fight. Then we get to see the moment where Frodo connects with Smeagol because he reminds him of his name. Like, Gandalf told me that you were so different from one of the hobbits once. And they're like, stop talking to me. Smeagol was like, what did you call me? That was your name once, a long time ago. My name. It seemed even foreign to his own lips, the way he's like, Smeagol. It was so sad just to see how much the ring took away from this creature, basically. You know,
it makes sense, dog, because he lived most of his years as Gollum than as Smeagol, if you think about it. So it makes sense.
And everybody who meets him calls him Gollum. They've never. Yeah. Frodo was the first person to call him by name in 500 years.
If for 400 and let's say maybe 470 years, you've been living your life as Gollum, then dog, it's gonna be hard for anybody to recognize you as Smeagol, like, or even call you Smeagol.
And also just like, that's why, like, yo, like that's why I'm saying, like, the ring is swag to me. Like, if anybody was like, yo, what weapon would you ever want the ring from Lord of the Rings? I'm like, no, because I'm gonna end up in a cave in a loincloth, eating rats
and eating raw everything.
Yeah.
Thinking cooked food is raw food. Like, what the hell?
You know?
Like, I'll tell you now, in terms of fantasy powers, the ring is swag. Like, I don't get to fly.
I don't think the ring is even on the list.
Oh no, guys, you don't understand the power of the ring. You see, this is where it's called soft magic system that they implement here. The ring's power has the ability to have, or just designed for the elves, but its ability is basically to grant your deepest desires. You understand? So what the elves wanted more than anything is to preserve the natural beauty of the world. Because at this point, they knew that the jig was up. This isn't their world anymore. They need to go to Valinor where everything will be evergreen. And they grew to love Middle-earth, even in their times. And they loved the natural state of things. So what the Rings of Power gave them was the authority to determine what this world of theirs could be. You understand? So it gives you that authority, that power to rule the world. But you need to have the mind capable enough to make it bend to your will. And that's the problem. There are very few people that the ring can completely capitulate to.
This kind of sounds convenient given our political climate, but I'm kying myself. Kai!
Thank you.
Let's continue.
So
Yes, let's continue.
So that's the ring of power is basically an allegory for power in and of itself. People with the mind to understand what they could do with this power would want to take it and bend it to its will, but by so doing, it bends you. You think you can top it, it tops you. You are the bottom in this situation. Yes, I did go there.
We had a whole Two Towers thing. It's late.
Yeah. So anyway, I was just explaining the power of the ring and what it can do, and because Sauron wanted to use this ring to dominate all the other rings and all the other ring bearers, remember he gave it to people of great influence, kings, leaders, So he wanted to bend their minds into his will. And when he put on that ring, the elves took off theirs. They're like, this guy's swag, he's crazy. He's trying to possess me with this kind of nastiness. And that's what caused Sauron to go crazy. There's a whole. If I could go into the second age, what happened? Yeah, Sauron is crazy. Well, he's been crazy.
Moving on. Then we cut back to the forest, and that's where Legolas, Aragorn, and Gimli are tracking Merry and Pippin, right?
Oh yeah, first we have.
Well, they were just checking if they're still alive.
We see the ring rates for the first time on wings. We can't forget that because Smeagol. Oh wow! Yeah. And then you hear the scream. Ah! Like, oh shit! Are they back? And then Sam is like, I thought they were dead. Dead? You cannot kill them. No. And you're expecting a horse. You can even hear him sniffing in the air, and you just see him holding, and you're thinking, oh, okay, he's on another horse, and then zoom back, he's on a flying beast.
Then the Nazgul upgrade like iPhones, Chief. They got the new software.
Nah. And then you can see the ring was trying to scream its level best. I'm here, you dumb idiot. It was doing its level put me on, damn it. Then Frodo's Gollum was it's calling to him. It's calling the precious is calling it's calling to the precious, and then no, Frodo, I got your back.
No, this is how you know that it was a miracle that Sam went with Frodo, because Frodo would have been dead so many times.
Hey, bro.
But it's so weird, man, that Sam is basically he's not corruptible to the ring at all, dog. There was no moment where he was so tempted by this thing.
But what was his ambition? His ambition was to help Mr. Frodo.
Yes.
You will see in the next movie, in trying, and because also of Frodo's paranoia, the ring kind of does get to him.
But what I'm trying to say is
he's got low ambition.
Unlike other people, it really takes a long time for him to even get there. And even when he does, it's not as hectic as other people, if that makes sense.
No, I mean, isn't it that's why Frodo lasts as long as he does, until we get to where we get to? Because that's the thing. I guess that's the commentary that Tolkien is doing with the hobbits, is that they're the most unlikeliest of heroes. They don't have great ambition. Yeah. But because they don't have great ambition, they're not corruptible, because men of great ambition are corruptible. Hence, it needs these guys who want to live a small, quiet life to do this big thing, because once they are done, they don't want anything afterwards.
Yeah, but
you're Boromir
Pippin, I think if Pippin was there instead of Sam, it could have turned out differently.
Oh, yeah. Pippin and Merry, because,
no, maybe not Merry, but Pippin. Yeah.
By impulsive control.
Yeah,
No, but I feel like he just used the ring. I want to eat everything. I feel like he'd be like Goku. The whole not even Goku. He'd be like Goku when he eats food. He just want to eat as much food as possible. I think the ring would get frustrated with Pippin. It would be like, "Ish, man, I made a mistake here. Who get this guy off of me?"
Yeah, no, Pippin will be going in bars stealing booze every day. And food.
That's all
And
Pippin want, bro.
And
yeah.
spice.
Okay, so wait. We get to see the ring race. Then GPS will signal lost. He flies away. That's when he cut to the forest, and then we get to see that this forest is old. Yeah, once again, for
Legolas
me,
speaks in
Ish.
Lego fortune cookie lass.
Legolas was giving me the last of the Mohicans. You know, native.
Also,
Yes.
Like no, but I'm saying
me elf prince, me coming
yeah,
forest.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm connected to nature. I'm one with the land.
oh,
Blah,
okay.
blah, blah. This level of we are not from you Westerners, you foreigners
And it's like,
who
bro,
represent
look,
the
we're
earth
looking
spirit.
for our homies. Like,
And then it's
stop
like
talking in riddles.
this forest is old, very old, full of memory and anger. The trees are talking to one another, and like Gimli, lower your axe. I mean, literally, Gimli's holding the one thing they used to chop down trees. I'll be the first person like, whoa, wait, guys.
No, but like, also, you can't blame Gimli because it's like, look, we were said that this forest is crazy. Like, you Fang Horn and all of these things. I'm just like, Forest, you know your reputation. Like, you gotta relax.
And then we get to the part like, then they start speaking Elvish. Aragorn, something's out there. The White Wizard approaches. Do not let him speak. He will put a spell on us. Dog, if really, did you all really think you had a chance to begin with?
Oh, Lord. This is where I say Gandalf is a troll, because wow.
He definitely was, though.
But the guy was busy.
Because
like,
even I think initially when you hear his voice, he kind of sounds like Saruman. You're like, why Gandalf? Like, why the theatrics?
He was busy. Just and giggles. You still had the, you could see kind of the gray sense of humor was still there. You're still grandpa. Let me mess with these kids. You know, these kids are acting all tough like grown-ups. Let me just mess with them a little. You were seeking the birth of two young hobbits. They passed this way the day before yesterday.
Hey, that's a good impression, man.
Does that comfort you?
And it's like, Chief, I know you
Show
need
yourself.
to flex on us. I know you need to flex on us, but like, is this necessary?
Re na le stress, o no tlo dira di-joke mono.
And then you have the line but you fell through water and fire. For 7 days and nights I fought with the Balrog of Morgoth. And you just see the ultimate boss battle. Imagine from the deepest
7 days
pit
and
of the
7
mountain.
nights, dog.
Yeah.
Yo.
From the bottom from a damn river in the middle of the mountain all the way to the top, TPD top of the mountain. You've been fighting. It's a little uphill battle.
It's
And
crazy.
also, like, remember, he also fought like orcs and everything. Like, Gandalf was like tired and winded. Like, this to me was like Gandalf was OP. Like,
Yeah.
I guess they needed to take him out the story at that point because he could have solved almost everything.
Yeah, no, he was
Well,
like I said. I think I said it before. He's the Kakashi of the show. This
No.
movies, man.
What I needed you to know is that the mission that Gandalf was sent on, he was adhering to the most. He was the most loyal to the mission. The job was not to fight evil with power versus power, but to confront evil with love, to remind mankind of the good they have inside them. That whatever the good they have can confront and overtake evil every single time. But when that equation was over and he's done his best, it was basically an angel versus an angel. I don't need to hold back. Why am I holding back? Yeah, my comrade, we're in the same class. We're in the same recruiting class when we first started working here. I don't need to hold back. What the hell? Let's go, boy.
Gandalf was fighting that Balrog like it took his lunch. Like, I remember you.
So he eventually kills him.
One day.
Funny enough, I like things work in circles. So Gandalf kills the Balrog, and then he offers up his spirit. Basically, he dies, and he gets sent back to Middle Earth because his job wasn't done. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact. People were thinking that it was the Valar who sent Gandalf back to Middle Earth. It wasn't. It was Eru himself. Like Big G decided, my guy.
So Eru is the god of the universe or the elf god?
Yeah, Eru Iluvatar. He's basically God. Just basically just think of him God full stop. And then his children are the Valar, the angels. And then
Okay.
from the angels, the higher ranked the higher ranked ones were the Valar, the lower ranked ones were known as the Maya. So Gandalf is basically an angel sent from heaven,
I have a Dragon Ball Z question, but it's fine.
and God
I mean,
decided.
I have a question. Like, was Gandalf looking at all of them like, none of y'all coming to help? I alone? None of you. None
Now,
of
one of
you.
you?
What?
No, none of the angels are gonna come with me. I have to solo dolo myself. Like Big G,
The
staff members.
There's one thing you need to learn. Okay, you see, now I'm going to go straight into the Silmarillion books. If there's one thing you need to learn, the lesson of this entire story is that people need to learn that everything works according to Eru's will. Even if you're thinking you're going up against the will of heaven, we are still going to be subject to Eru's will to devise things more beautiful and more glorious than ever before. Your act of rebellion only serves to glorify Eru even more. And that's the purpose of this whole universe coming into being. Because Melkor decided, I'm gonna remix this song and make it according to me. But then God was saying that your remix was just helping my song get better, but you're just making my bars even better. And
Right.
so in this context, that's why even the Valar dared not ask Eru to intervene in things directly. Because that just saying we are witnessing God's purpose being made manifest on earth, and sometimes it did piss off Eru because there's a time when like Eru, like you should have acted fast at this nonsense. I don't care what you did, what you're thinking. This thing you're doing here, this is nonsense. But in other cases, like when he sent Gandalf back, Gandalf was like, "Go and witness my glory be made manifest, sweetie. Your job's not done," and that's why he sent him back.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like, Gandalf didn't ask for backup, nothing.
It's basically that line. My grace is sufficient, bitch. Are you gonna doubt me? I made you. Go back. You're gonna be just fine. And you see,
I put you in this world. I can take you out.
yeah, and you get to see in his mannerism afterwards. There comes a point where he stops pretending to play along the mission where he's supposed to inspire. He comes into his full authority and he becomes OP for a moment and then goes back. Oh no, I'm still your grandpa. Don't be scared, kids. You get to see it more and more as the movie goes on from here onwards. So okay, we see. Then we will also see that. What else? Oh, we see that Trevet kept the elves, the two hobbits safe, and then and then we get to see immediately. He's like, okay, I'm back in my job. And he also forgot his own name, by the way. That's another thing, because in his mindset, in his mission, and that's why he sounded like Saruman in the first place. He is supposed to be doing Saruman's job at this point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So in his mind,
It's like there's a glitch in the system, basically.
in his mind, he is the White Wizard. But then when he said he has Gandalf, and then whoa, wait, hang on, Gandalf.
Oh yes.
That was my name. Yes. Gandalf the Grey. Okay, then I guess I'm Gandalf the White, because the other name, and I'm pretty sure that because the person who robed him in white and gave him the new stuff was Galadriel. That's in the books, kids, right? So he comes back to life.
Going on. That's why even the director's cut can't handle this thing. You must know.
So
they should have showed Galadriel do that, man.
In the books, Galadriel asks the Windlord, the Eagles, to come collect Gandalf and bring him to Lothlorien, because she knew when she came back. And then when he came back, she robed him and gave him the white garments and the great stuff. But she was referring to him as Mithrandir.
What does that mean?
Mithrandir means it's Elvish. It means the Grey Pilgrim. That's his actual name in Elvish. So the elves call him Mithrandir, and the humans call him Gandalf, which basically means one elf.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So, like like Saruman's name, apparently his Elvish name is supposed to be Kurunir. and then Saruman is this human name, basically, meaning one of many skills. But so each character they have different names according to different whoever's calling him. So when they
I
called,
token that pipe was strong. Yo,
Hey, dog.
Them shrooms weren't playing with him, man.
so when Legolas called him, or not Legolas, when Aragorn called him Gandalf, it was the first time hearing the name Gandalf, and then he had to remember, oh wait, the humans used to call me Gandalf, Gandalf the Grey.
Yeah.
So that beautiful scene is like, I'm Gandalf the White, and I come to you now at the turn of the tide. And funny enough, that's literally the midpoint of the movie. Wow.
Yeah, I think we can shut it down.
Yeah, because we're already 2 hours in.
I like what Rob said loud. Like, if you pay attention, the two movies in the Fellowship of the Ring, and the first movie ends with the Nazgûl getting drowned away, and then they wake up in Rivendell, right? And then I mentioned an episode later that if you pay attention to all the movies, they're either stretched like that. There are two movies squished into one. The first movie is about how Gandalf came back. If you pay attention,
I would say that I could be wrong, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I genuinely think that this actually ends after the king is saved. For me, this first part.
Yeah, I get that, and I see that.
I can see that, but I can also see what Tebello is saying because
that's
we were
what I'm saying.
heartbroken.
I do get what you're
Everybody
saying.
was heartbroken from Gandalf, like in the Fellowship, and like things are at their worst when he's not there, and then stuff only starts looking up when he comes back.
Yeah. I agree. I'm just saying, if this was like a movie that needed an ending, it would have ended at the king.
It would have, no, but here's my argument against it. You see, this is where we see how it shows play on music.
Okay.
You get to see, and this is how it indicates the start of the second part, the second quote unquote movie. The music tells that this is a new movie now, because that scene opens with when it starts with the absolute lowest point for Theoden at this point. His son is dead. Grima one time is trying to raise up. Oh man, it's failing horribly.
Hey, bro, no game.
And then she's like, she basically says your words are poison. She walks out, and she's like, she embodies the full despair of like, I don't know what to do at this point in time. And then she sees over the horizon 3 horsemen galloping towards it, and at that moment, the theme of Rohan starts playing. That violin line, da 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 da, and then the flag flies. Oh, the flag gets ripped from its pole, quite by accident, by the way, and it goes floating towards this king and laying before them. That's how it opens up to this new movie. Now it's like now it's about saving Rohan. Forget about the ring, right? Fighting for the ring. We need to save Rohan, and that's how the second movie starts.
I hear you. I hear you.
But I do see your point. Don't get me wrong. I see.
No. Like I'm saying, I do also see your point, which I think I mentioned. If you guys rewind the tape.
Yes.
But I'm just saying.
Rewind the tape, Judge.
Either way, it works. Whether it would have ended with Gandalf or with the king.
No, actually, the scene ends. Funny enough, if you pay attention, the movie actually ends. It works. It ends when Gandalf walks out,
calls out the horse.
Calls out the horse, and like that's one of the mirrors, unless my eyes are cheated by some spell. And then it's like, this is Shadowfax. This was seen me through many dangers, and then they gallop into the horizon, basically.
The Lord of all horses.
And then they could have put the to be continued at that point. I would have started a riot, but I would have understood. I'd have burned down the entire cinema, but still.
My thing is like, where was this horse this whole time? It's like.
No, you see, Gandalf doesn't believe in basically owning spirit, because the Maras are basically descended to Oromir's, one of the Vala's ancient war horse.
Nah, guys, there's no way Tolkien came up with this Ishbal by himself. There must have been some nigga that's not written, that's not mentioned here. That's not.
It's called mushrooms.
No, there's some Billfinger situation happening here. There's some Jack Kirby-ish situation happening.
The co-writer is drugs, Chief.
There's Steve Ditko happening here, guys. But anyway.
Anyway, so the one of the Valar, his name is the Hunter. I think he's I forgot his name now. One of my favorites, shame. Why did I forget his name? He has a mighty warhorse, and that warhorse had the snooze with other horses, and the children are called the Meras. And they're the most beautiful and most powerful horses in this current continuum. And you see, originally they're supposed to submit only to the king of Rohan, but Theoden was pissed off at Gandalf and told him, "Take any damn horse in my kingdom and leave right now." And unfortunately,
then he was like, "I rap fast like Shadowfax."
And then Shadowfax came through, was like, "I bet this king's crazy. You're gonna need me in the end, so yeah, let's go." And when Gandalf left the kingdom, he basically said, "You know what? Thanks for the lift, but go watch over the lands. Okay, bye." So in the second movie, it's
he put minding my own business. Then you call me. Then this is it.
Yeah, he pulled an Ash Ketchum. Like you have a Peugeot. Peugeot is like the most fastest Pokemon ever. He literally, that Peugeot could have taken on Charizard and kicked his ass at that point.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that car brand was just paying attention. What did they say? Oh, there's a T. Okay.
Yeah.
Almost suit your asses, but it's all right.
Anyway, but it means pigeon. But let's not go into details. So I think we should end it here for our 2 hours.
Yeah.
I noticed without Ditabatsa anime, this videos become 2 hours long. With Ditabatsa anime, it becomes 3 hours.
Yeah.
Anything they would know.
Ditaba are important.
Ditabatsa man, le rata ditaba too much.
Yeah, well, me.
I just want to send a shout out to all the subscribers, man. 120 something is not a joke. So thank you guys. Keep sharing, keep liking, keep commenting.
Keep liking.
Editing Tebello, you need to clip my 2 tower rhyme.
Before it's the thing that's gonna start the video. I'm gonna clip that, and then we go into the intro song. That's how much I'm gonna clip it. That one is like that is going in. There's no I'm leaving that.
It's going in, Did you just say it's going in?
God.
Oh Lord.
Oh my goodness.
I hope my parents.
That being said, thank you for listening until this moment, guys. I hope that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. This is where the trailers are. The names are coming up now. I don't know. At this rate, I'm gonna just put extra names.
You know what we need to do? We need to switch off the lights next time as we do the credits, and we must mute ourselves talking.
My light is for.
I can kill the sound like
and then we just have a random freeze frame like this.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Like I mentioned before, I want to become more viral than herpes, and the only way to express is to mouth to mouth. So please talk about us. Please tell us. You're doing an awesome job.
Let it burn.
I'm seeing my TikTok views have suddenly spiked up for some reason. I was shook. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Because they're letting it burn, man.
With African frame. Like,
so
when you upload a video now, it's just...
So please keep at it, guys. We love you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Position.